Daily Map.
All right, here we go. All right, good morning, guys. Good evening. What up, Sora? What up, Preppy? All right, so I managed to get to current year, so yeah. I was hoping to finish it before today, but we should finish it before today ends. What up, YSP? Yeah, so we've already reached the amazing defenders, and it's pretty wild, man. The ban list is in effect today, right? Pretty sure. What up, deal? That was pretty whack, though. The Italian nationals their stream just died. And you couldn't watch the finals. It's pretty crazy. Yeah, it's probably the fourth for you guys, right? It's the fourth for you guys. All right, let's just get. Okay, so we're aware of Rescue Ace, right? Rescue Ace monsters. I know Nick plays this, but is there any like? Let me see. Maybe there's something he missed. Let's see. Because they all require something. Yeah, let's just read it. It should be over soon. Okay, the level 3 warrior. During your main phase, you can choose the effect. You can choose the one effect monster your opponent controls with the highest attack your choice if tied. And neither player can activate the monster's effect on the field this turn. When your opponent activates a monster effect on the field, you can tribute this card from your hand or face of the field. Special one monster, rescue a monster from your deck to your hand. Wait. It's pretty crazy. I don't know. Hope you guys are having a good evening, guys. This is the home stretch. This is the last year. We're in current year. Wait, when your opponent activates a monster effect on the field, you can tribute this card from your hand or face of the field. Wait, you can tribute this from your hand? That's interesting. I didn't know that. I thought it was only on field. That is, okay. If this card is normal or special summon, you can add one risk waste spell from your deck to your hand. When your opponent activates a monster effect on the field, tribute this card from your hand or face. Wait, dude, that's crazy. I didn't know you can use tribute this from your hand. It's like a hand trap. It's the fifth, bro. It's the fifth. That's pretty crazy. So I'm trying to see if I can use this as a non-engine, like a non-synchro engine, right? Because that's mainly what we look for with Synchron or any synchro type of deck. We need access to non-engine, so we can. So because we're generally aware of all of the tuners that we have access to, because there's some quite prevalent ones that we just. What's the intuitionally just not intuitionally what's the word? That basically we're aware of, right? We're aware of particular tuners that we can utilize, but the non-tuners is where we try to mix them together, right? Because we want valuable non-tuners. Because I think we're over the time where we can just have a non-tuner just for the sake of having a non-tuner. The non-tuner has to do something, which is what yeah, like even if it generates another body, even if at the very least that, you know. At the very least that, or like it does something when it leaves the field, you know, because then you equalize card economy, right? Like if you perfect example would be wielder. What up, Chakame? When it's not just like if you sync it away, you can pop a card in the field. So like you're trying to like, you know, even up the tempo and like, you know, prompt response. You don't want to just like let them accumulate all of their resources, like their interactions, to when you actually want to initiate your actual intent. So that's pretty cool. So all these trigger when your monster feels okay. So yeah, so like basically like whenever this is interesting. Like you wouldn't like once again, you could possibly make a deck of its on its own, but like it's more so like using it as a non-engine. It would be in an unorthodox way because it requires your opponent to play, but like everyone plays. What up, Cyber? Bruh, yeah, we started from 2017, bruh. And then we're in current year now. Okay, so basically, yeah, so this summons one from deck. Crazy. Okay, well, they'll have that gimmick then, pretty much, basically. Contain. Oh, these are all the race create stuff. Oh, here's the Purrely stuff. Yeah, we're aware of these Purrely stuff. Yeah, I spent a day learning this deck. Pretty Trap. Mikanko. Okay, so this got a bit of attention, but I'm not exactly sure what it does. Okay, if this it's level 3, so any level 3 already, it's instinctively, there we go, that's the word I was looking for. Instinctively, you have to consider it because of assault, right? But it has to be like a level 3 that you can't like use like junk forward. I mean, you can, but like you want to get some value out of it, right? Other than just it just being a non-tuner. All right, so if this card is not equipped with an equipped card, you take no damage from battles involving this card. If this card is equipped with an equipped card, it cannot be struck by battle, and your opponent takes any bad damage you would have taken from battles involving this card. If an equipped card becomes equipped to this card, you can add one mechanical. Okay, so it adds equipped. So I'm assuming. Okay, so if it's equipped, you get an equipped. Okay. If this card is not equipped with an equipped card, okay, that's the same thing, right? Cannot be, yeah. During your opponent's turn, while this card is equipped with an equipped card, quick effect, you can target one face-up monster your opponent controls, take control of it until the end phase. You can, what the hell? This is the brain control? I'm just trying to see, like, during your opponent's turn, while this card is a. Oh, okay, so while this card is equipped with an equipped card, quick effect, you can target. Yeah, so like, interesting. This is like the only mechanic that we can actually look into. Whenever there's a ritual, like we kind of have to consider it, right? Because it's not like it doesn't conflict with the speeder lock, because you know what I mean. You can still get value off of this. So like, yeah, ritual summoning is not going to be an issue when you pair it with speeder. So that's something that I've started to notice, that maybe we can utilize some of these, because most of the time the issue is like non-tuners, right? So we can put them to use by using them as ritual materials, and then that translates to non-tuner. You know what I mean? And then if the non-tuner within the ritual can generate resources, then that's good, because that means odds are we have more tuner access. It's just that the amount of tuners that we have access to is just a bit much. So that's something that I've been considering more and more, just playing rituals. But what does this even do? It's a level 6 fairy ritual effect. You can ritual summon this card with Mikanko Kagura, cannot be destroyed by battle. Also, your opponent takes any battle damage you would have taken from in battles involving this card. You can only use each of the following effects of Olheim, the manifested Mikanko. Once per turn, you can reveal this card in your hand. Add a Mikanko card from your deck to your hand, except then discard one card. Quick effect. You can target one equipped spell in your graveyard, equip it to one appropriate monster in field. See, that's pretty cool. That's interesting, because like how is the style of this deck? I know I've seen a few people build this deck, but like what is this mainly utilized for? Any of you know? Like, what's so far? Like, what have people been playing with this for? With? Yeah, so basically, this is basically a searcher. It's like a Rhoda. Yeah, so yeah, just reveal this, add either of these. That's interesting, for sure. Heavenly Gate of the Mechanco spell field. While you control a monster that is equipped with an equipped card, all monsters your opponent controls that can attack must attack monsters equipped with equipped cards. Okay. If your mechanical monster battles, your opponent cannot activate card or effects until the end of the damage step. At the end of the damage step, if your mechanical monster attacked, you can send one equipped spell. When a equipped card you control to the graveyard, it can make a second attack. Okay. Oh, okay. So they have equipped spells. Okay, that's cool. The Great Mechanical Ceremony. Quick play. Special summon one mechanical monster from your hand, ignoring its summoning conditions, but return it to the hand during the opponent's end phase. During your main phase, you can banish this card from your graveyard, send one mechanical card from your deck to the graveyard. Except Great Mechanical Ceremony, you can only use. What the hell? I didn't understand this. Special summon one mechanical monster from your hand. Okay, ignoring its summoning conditions. Wait, does that mean that you can summon this? Or is that like out of the question? I'm assuming that you can. It's ignoring summoning conditions, right? So I'm pretty sure you can. But return it to the hand during your opponent's end phase. During your main phase, you can banish this card from your graveyard. Send one mechanical card from your deck to the graveyard. Except Great Mechanical, you can only use. Oh, okay. So this is basically like what's that? What up, the Mickey? Like what's that quick play that we used to summon a synchro? I don't know what it's called. I can't remember what it's called. Limit overdrive. There you go. So I'm assuming it's a similar case here. So okay. So then this foolish is. So what is it worth foolishing though? Okay, Mechanical Fire Dance. Special summon one mechanical monster from your hand or graveyard, and if you do equip it with this card, then you can special summon one monster from your opponent's graveyard to their field, but negate its effects. The equipped monster cannot be destroyed with a card. Oh, dude. Okay, this makes sense now. See, this is what I mean about utilizing this as non-tuner engine, not necessarily for a deck itself, but like. Because I'm not sure how competent how competent you need to be to play this deck, but interesting. Because this one, right, okay. So that means that when you do this, right, you discard this. Then have access to this to reborn that to give them the. It's kind of like reminds me of like a Walker quick draw situation, where you just utilizing to get stuff to the grave, but this gets some pretty cool things when they're equipped, which is pretty cool. Like this brain control one, this is pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. It cannot be destroyed by battle, and your opponent takes. So basically, yeah. So if you equip them with this, it's indestructible. That's pretty crazy. What up, Nandero? You cheat at the ritual and can send the equipped spell that snatches. Yeah, okay. So basically, Ceremony summons this guy, right? Well, first you reveal to search, right? You reveal to search. Yeah. So review to search, and then what do you normally search? It's this one, right? Or you search the... Man, come on, relax. Relax. It's still morning, guys, it's still morning. Trying to connect the dots here. Because this is the first time I actually read this, so I'm trying to like formulate something here. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's something already something established, but like I'm trying to use it for a totally different purpose. So that's why I'm trying to link things. But generally speaking, yeah. So this just searches more. Search, discard, summon this back, equipped it, search, discard. And this is the interaction, right? This is the interaction. Okay. All right. Okay, that makes sense. Fire dance. Okay, this is the... It can be destroyed. Okay, yeah. Okay, what's the mechanical purification dance do? Equipped only to a mechanical monster. The equipped monster cannot be destroyed by card effects. If a monster is special summoned to your opponent's field, except during the damage step, you can target one monster you control and one monster your opponent controls. Return them to the hand. You can only use this effect. Okay, so you bounce. I mean, so you would want to give them like a really bad one, or you want to give yourself the one that doesn't matter if they add, you know? So, because by the time you fulfill your combo or whatever you're trying to do, it'll make that irrelevant, that bounce irrelevant, right? It's pretty crazy though. The issue is drawing these cards. It's like in a Soul deck, right? Like the issue isn't like having these cards in the deck, but the fact that it's just drawing them. But I think if you have discard outlets, because these are just a bunch of reborns, right? Yeah, they're just a bunch of reborns that you don't mind discarding those mechanical cards with. So yeah, interesting. And there's a lot of them. Mechanical water, arabesque. Okay. The equipped monster cannot be destroyed by card effects. So they all gain that effect then. They can't be destroyed by card effects. Okay, that's pretty cool. So that means they're gonna have to interact with the spells and traps. But is there a way to protect the spells and traps? Because that means that makes like a little soft lock. During your main phase, you can special summon one mechanical monster from your hand or deck with a different original name than the equipped monster. And if you do equip it with this card, then return. Oh, they switch they switch equips to gain that effect. That's pretty cool. What up, Plane? Yeah, well, we should have finished up. We should have finished up this today. And then we'll start the ambassador grind. But we're almost. This is current year, so we're 2023. So this is the last year, and then we're all caught up. And I'm starting to get intrigued by these mechanical cards, because like, you just wanted to discard. You just want to discard them. Like that's you just want to send to the graveyard and reborn them, reborn. That's pretty cool. And that's what we want. We want non-tuners. But then we're pushing the threshold though. This is like beyond 40 for sure already. Because this seems like it's pretty heavy. Unless we put like 1 type of thing. But this is interesting for sure. Using this as an on-engine non-tuner. So it's basically, okay, let me just read this again. During your main phase, you can special summon one mechanical monster from your hand or deck. See, that's crazy. With a different original name than that equipped monster, and if you do equip it with this card, see, that's so good. Like, how is this not good? This basically summons any of your mechanical cards. Well, mainly 2. There's only 2, right, so far? Because what we want to preserve our normal summon, right? Because at worst case scenario, you want to summon Stardust, summon Jet, summon Junk at the worst, because that's your main primary summon. So like if you can play it without having to normal summon is that's quite crucial. That's pretty cool. But this one's cool. I like this one. It's just more consistency. Special. Let me just double check this. You can special summon one mechanical monster from your hand or deck with a different original name than the equipped monster, and if you do equip it with this card, then return the monster that was previously equipped with this card to the hand. See, so you bounce it back, okay, and then you can normal summon it again. That's pretty crazy. Mechanical Reflection Rondo, equipped only to an opponent's monster. Wait, what? Why the hell would you want to equip to your opponent? Well, you control mechanical monster. Take control of... Oh, okay. So this... Okay. So this is the brain control. So you essentially have two brain controls in this deck. To facilitate your ritual summoning, maybe. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense to mix it with another ritual deck. But what I like about this one is that I don't know. I mean, Libromancer and this seem like they can fit good with any, like, they can be splashed with any, like, you know. I mean, for the purpose that we would use it for, that's kind of what we're aiming for. We're finding non-tuners to sync it with. Neither player can activate the effects of the equipped monster while you control it. So it's fine. I mean, you just want to take control of it and to synchro with it. While this card leaves when this card leaves the field, and send the equipped monster to the graveyard. Okay, that's fair. Mechanical Kagura. This is a ritual spell, right? This card can be used to ritual summon mechanical ritual monster. You must also tribute monsters from your hand or field whose total level is equal or exceed the level of ritual monsters you ritual summon. Then you can apply the following effects: destroy cards your opponent controls up to the number of equipped spells with different names in your graveyard. That's pretty cool. That's basically a Satellite Warrior, and if you do inflict 1,000 damage to your opponent for each card. What the hell? You can only yeah, this is crazy. Interesting. See, this is not just like a ritual spell. It actually lets you pop cards, and it's good in time as well. Mechanico. Hey, let me just double check these cards. Yeah. What up, Nick? Yeah, we reached current year. I was reading it over the weekend, so yeah. And this is an interesting archetype for sure. This is interesting. Damn. You know. So. Damn. Over the past few years, I've been constructing an experiment on cutting a bunch of sugar, and yeah, the sugar is just so bad for you, bro. Like, it is. Over the weekend, I mean, that doesn't mean I don't eat it. Like, I can't help myself because I'm just, growing up, you're used to it. Anyways, I noticed that whenever you eat a lot of sugar, you get sick a lot more often, bro. Like, like you just get, I don't know, you just feel unwell. It's just hard though to detox. It's just so you're so used to it. Mechanical Promise. Special one mechanical monster from your hand or deck. Then you can equip it with one equipped spell. Oh, this is cool. That means if you initiate something on your turn, this is like the based on the contingency that presented itself, you can have this as a backup, and then this can essentially turn into a brain control, right? That's basically what if I'm reading this correctly. Special one mechanical monster from your hand or deck. Then you can equip it with one equipped spell from your hand or graveyard. Then that equips that can equip to that monster. Banish that monster when it leaves the field. You can this is basically it. I didn't know Rescue Ace can summon from hand. I thought it was on field. Like you tribute it from field, but you can summon it from hand. And I was reading over it, maybe because I know you play them, Nick. But I wasn't too sure because like you were trying to build the deck itself, just within itself. But I'm looking at it from a different perspective as just a general non-tuner. You know, because you can special summon them just and not use your normal summon, which is the cool thing. And like, you know what I mean? Yeah, so the little ones are hand traps, right? So the impulse and lifter, right? Impulse and lifter and maybe hydrant. Yeah, this is interesting for sure. Because it's like something needs to happen for them to trigger, which is the rescue. They come to the rescue, you know. Monitor as well. This card numbers can add one treasure for your hand when your opponent activates someone's effect on the field. Yeah, so this one as well. But the big ones don't, right? So the little one summons the big ones. It's fundamentally what Yu-Gi-Oh is. Little to big. Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. That's something. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like, at that point, you have to, I guess, come to the concession of, okay, well, since I need, like, can the deck itself with engine with it regarding this, can it push past whatever it is you're trying to break? You know what I mean? Because that's basically essentially what you're trying to do. You're trying to crack a board going second. So once you figure that out, it seems like, okay, this actually is enough to crack a board. You know, because these are pretty strong guys. They're like 25, 3K. You're gonna prompt a response, right? Because most of the things right now can be run over by these cards. So then, you know what I mean? So then you can go battle phase, force the banish, force the pop, whatever, and then main phase 2 start playing. And I guess that's the good thing about having big beaters like that. Purrely, we know what Purrely does. So I left it on promise. Okay, mechanical rivalry. If you control a mechanical monster, target one face-up monster on the field. Equip it with one equipped spell from your deck that can equip it to it. If an equipped spell is sent to the graveyard, while this card is in your graveyard, except your damage step, you can banish this card and target one equipped spell in your graveyard. Add it to your hand. See, there's so much recurability with this deck. This is pretty cool. Yeah. What up, Kaido? Yeah, I think I'm viewing it more as a non-tuner engine, not necessarily a deck itself, like within just, you know, a pure like list. But like even as a pure list, it seems like there's quite a few things you can do. But of course, it seems obvious that you need discard outlets, which is like the only discard outlet you have at the moment is this card. Because, you know what I mean? Then this turns on these. But if you have access to more discard outlets, that'll make these more efficient, right? Because you want the mechanical stuff in the grave to reborn them and then give them their effects. And yeah, it's interesting. 3 impulse, 1 engine, 1 left. Yeah, I mean something like that, something obscure like that, something really unorthodox, where like it's like it won't make sense unless you understand the concept. You know what I mean? And that's why it gets stuff like that gets disregarded because it's like, why are you doing this? You know, but then once you understand why we're using it in that way, then it makes sense. Yeah, gizmek. I was thinking something over the weekend. I was like, well, what machines do we have access to? that have the same attack, same defense. And then the only ones that came to mind was let me see. There's a few Synchrons that have 0/0. So like, it got me thinking. I was like, oh, I mean there are Synchrons 0/0. So there's ways to maybe find a way to utilize this. Yeah, there's unknown Synchron, there's mono Synchron, there's changer Synchron. Yeah, but I'm not sure what would be the reason for that, you know? Because some of these add them back. So like if you bridge them, if you bridge them with like with Small World, you just add them back. You know what I mean? Because like they would mainly just be a bridge, and then it'll just give these guys value. The one at this one. What does this one do? You can tribute one machine monster whose attack equals its own defense. Special summon from your deck one machine monster whose attack equals its own defense with a level lower than the tributed monster. You can banish this card from your graveyard, add to your hand one of your banished face down machine monsters whose attack equals its own defense. Yeah. This is the one that adds it back. So I was just looking into like machine that I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. This is the level 2 non-tuner. Despots. Yeah, because it just makes Small World better with this deck, with these cards. Because I remember I saw this. Yoshi used this on I think a few weeks ago. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool, interesting. I was like, okay. Infinite Noble cards. We're aware of these. This is a reprint. Arm Protector Dragon. What the hell is this? Face up equipped cards you control cannot be destroyed by card effects. Okay. The hell? Overlay regen. Target one face up. Oh, it's Sprite's Blessing. Bro, come on, man. I will not tolerate this what slander. They're beautiful. What the heck, bro? Okay, so we are. Okay, so now we're in Photon Hypernova. We're getting closer to the end. That's insane. Gravekeeper's Inscription. Okay, we're aware of that. Photon, Photon Emperor. Yeah, the Photon. There's so many Photon cards. I was looking at them. They have a bunch of support. Like, how is it not good? Yeah, we're going to MD after this. But how is this, like, they have so much support, like, how are they not good? You know, like, that's just insane. Like, Photon, Galaxy, stuff like that. Like, how is, you know, like, how are they not good? Like, they just have so much support, man. Like, they just do them dirty, bro. Okay, if this card is sent to the graveyard except from the field while another Photon or Galaxy monster is on your field or in your graveyard, you can special summon this card in defense position. You can only use this effect, the Photon Emperor, once per turn. After you normal special summon this card, you can normal summon one light monster during your main phase this turn, in addition to your normal summon. Okay, so this is what I was looking at. I was looking at this. I was over the weekend. I was looking over this with this Galaxy Soldier and Galaxy. What's the name of that stupid card? It's a level 3. A level 3 Photon thing. If you summon it, you can special summon a Photon from your deck. Or your hand or your grave. Pretty sure. Let me see if I can find it. And the reason for it is because Galaxy Soldier can discard it and add it to your hand. And it's a level 3 access. Is it Photon or Galaxy? I think it might be Galaxy. Yeah, Galaxy Worm. When this card is normal summon, and you control no other monsters, you can special summon one level 3 lower Galaxy monster from your deck, but negates effects. Just another body to summon. No, it's Galaxy Worm. Because Galaxy Soldier can search any of these things. So like things like this is not the worst, right? Because yeah, but it's a high level. I mean, it can get closer to a Baron because or I don't know. But it's just considering other cards that can get cards. It's just the main premise, right? Cards that generate other cards or replenish themselves in a way. Galaxy Summoner, level 4 Spellcaster. If this card is normal special summon, you can target one Photon or Galaxy monster in your graveyard except select summon special summon in defense position. You can target one other light monster you control. It becomes level 4 until the end of this turn. You can only use each effect. Yeah, see? Like stuff like this. This with Galaxy Soldiers not the worst. It's depleting, but if so once you deplete your hand and you've committed to the board, the next step is okay. What happens if one of your resources is removed? Right, that's the main consideration after you start comboing off, because like you're thinking to yourself like, okay, well I have this on field, everything's on field, so they know what I'm playing, but you want to get to a point where it doesn't matter whether it's removed because you have access to multiple routes, right? So let's say, for example, you have these two on field. Just for example, let's say you have these two on field, and you summon your jet. If they banish your jet, that's a problem because how else are you going to synchro? Then you're stuck with multiple non-tuners that you can't synchro with, right? And then you have to consider, well, I need more extenders. One, which is what I meant about preserving your normal summon, because at the worst case scenario you want to summon your tuner to sync it with your non-tuners, because the non-tuners is what you want to have as special summons, and your normal summon is what you want to have as just your primary summon. If it comes to worse, if you don't summon your junk sync and stuff like that. But like that's like the primary the main objective, having the non-tuners be able to special summon themselves, because you don't want to use them as a normal summon, because at the worst you want to summon your non-tuners, because you have so many non-tuners in hand that they clog your hand. So, like, for example, with that out of the way, understanding of what I meant is, what happens if you summon your jet and then gets banished? You're just left with a 4 and an 8. Okay, well, what can you do after that? Then you have overtake, and then you still have speed. Then you have Stardust. You can you can use it as a tribute fodder and deviate from the initial objective. You know what I mean? So it's stuff like that. It just goes. It's just too much information, bro. It's just hard to like articulate every single thing. But hopefully that makes sense. Use like one summoner, yeah. But the whole thing with that deck though, it's just exceeding, right? Just overlaying into the big guys basically. That's basically what I understand. It seems like they can serve a bigger purpose or another purpose, it seems. Because they're just bodies that can summon themselves. Galactic Karibo, level 1 Fiend. This card is always treated as Galactic card. When your opponent monster declares an attack, you can discard this card, especially when Galaxy Photon Dragon from your hand or deck. Then change the attack. Wait, what? I'm assuming people play this, right? In that deck? That's pretty cool. It's you just summon Galaxy Eyes for free. I mean, not for free, but like, you know. What? When your opponent monster declares an attack, you can discard this card, especially one Galaxy Dragon from your hand or deck from your deck. Then change the attack target to it. Then you can attach this card from the graveyard to one XYZ monster on the field as a Photon Galaxy monster. You control with Destroyed Battle or an opponent's card effect. You can banish this card. Okay, so see, this is what I mean about the new generation. They want everything now. But like, you can't think of the attrition style of things. And this doesn't seem horrible. Like, you summon your main guy for free. But then again, I don't know how this deck's meant to function. So that's just me going off fundamentals and like just what you can possibly do. Like getting your theme card. Like this gets. Look at this. It doesn't seem horrible. Like you can just like set pass with set like you can literally just pass with the hand traps. Like, you can literally pass with hand trap. This is essentially a Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon. Pass with hand traps, simplify the game state, they attack, boom, effect. Summon your Galaxy Eyes. I don't know, it doesn't seem that horrible. Like, it doesn't initiate something because it's slow. You can't do something on your turn, but it's the simple fact of having, like, maybe maybe you can view it a different way, where this is a one card, Galaxy Eyes, gets things going, and have your hand traps. You know what I mean? It's simplifying to the point where, like, you're not depleting your hand. You're not going, but it'll be a different concept. No, I know, but I'm saying, like, it's the way you kind of, like, facilitate this is by having hand traps or having a bunch of non-engine that can actually be interactive. So let's say instead of contributing a lot of these other stuff, you can like oversimplify it and have like this. And because what does the Photon Galaxy guy even do? Doesn't it like banish whatever it batters or something? You can special summon this card from your hand by attributing 2 monsters with 2,000 or more attack during the battle step. If this card battles an opposing monster, quick effect, you can target that monster. You can target that opponent's monster, banish both this card and from the field. And damn, this is so freaking small. Banish both this card from the field and that target. Return those banished monsters to the field at the end of the battle phase. And if you do banish, okay, interesting. Yeah, no, but this is what I mean. Well, when you try to deck build, like in theory, like everything gets missed and disregarded on theory because they see what is possible to that extent. But when you test it, it just turns into something completely different. It's not meant to work because in theory you thought it wouldn't, but then you play and it's like, oh, okay, that's okay, maybe, you know. But that's how you just initiate innovation. You know, start off with something and then see how it works, and then yeah. Baldrake. The Abyss Dragon Sword Soul. What the hell? I didn't know this card's a thing. Cannot be normal summon. Set must be special summoned by a warm monster effects. Also, wait, Yazi can summon this, right? It could, yeah. If a monster is banished by a card effect, except during the damage step, you can special summon this card from the graveyard. If this card was there when the monster was banished, or hand, even if not, but banishing when it leaves the field. If this card is special summon, you can target one card on the field zone and one monster your opponent controls or in their graveyard banish them. You can, interesting. I mean, once again, this will require like Trail to trigger, or get banished, or Stardust to get banished, or Jet to get banished. It's a level 8. I mean, it's not horrible. if this is your Yazi target, you don't mind drawing this because the moment you resolve something, you can just special summon this card. Pretty crazy. You can bust a bit. You can dump Abyss Dragon with Danglong now. Oh, it's true. That is very true. Yeah, because it's a worm, and then what's his face will become a level 8 as well. That's funny. Wait, can it? Oh, it dumps any worm. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, because through all testing, I was able to dump Mare. Crazy. We know what these is. Chaos Witch, level 4 spellcaster. You contribute this card, special summon 2 Dark Beast tokens, Fiend Dark level 2. Level 2s, bro. You get happy when you see level 2. If this card is banished from the hand or graveyard, you can special summon 2 Light Beast, Fairy Tuner, Light. You can only use 1 Chaos Witch effect per turn, and only once that turn. Also, you cannot special summon monster from the extra deck except Light Dark Synchro monsters. This seems interesting. Because... Why? Why? Why does this seem interesting? I mean, Chaos Angel is a pretty good card. Dispatter is a pretty good card as well. Omega's nice. This is basically facilitate that. Excel is dark. TG's dark. Shaman's light. Herald's light. There's actually quite a few light and dark that we actually can function with this. I mean, you can do the Omega loop though with this under this lock. Shell of Chaos. It's a machine. Okay. Cannot be normal summoner set. Wait, does this mean you can chaos space this? Yeah, you can chaos space this. Must be special summoned by a card effect. If this face-up card would leave the field, banish it instead. You can only use each of the following effects of Shell Chaos once per turn. You can banish one light monster from your hand or graveyard special summon this card from your hand. Also, you cannot special summon a monster from the extra deck for the rest of this turn except light and dark synchro monsters. If this card is special summon, you can target one of your banished Core of Chaos special summons it. What else? Core of Chaos? Oh, this is Core of Chaos. The hell? So flare is an instant flare. I mean, yeah, I guess. It's crazy. I mean, yeah. See, whenever I think of machine, I'm thinking of Iron Call every single time. Because it's like, okay, what can I do with this? What can I do with this? Chaos. A Core Chaos. Level 2 Thunder Tuner. Thunder Tuner. Cannot be normal summoned. Set must be special summoned by a card effect. If this face-up card would leave the field, banish it instead. You can only use each of the following effects of Core Chaos once per turn. You can banish one dark monster from your hand or graveyard. That's cool. The fact that you can banish from your hand as well. Special summon this card from your hand. Also, you cannot special summon monster from your extra deck for the rest of this turn except light or dark synchro monsters. If this card is special summon, you can target one of your banished Shell Chaos special summon it. What? That's not bad, dude. That's actually not horrible. So like you don't have to start your turn with speeder. You know what I mean? Because like, so these two summon each other: Shell of Chaos and Core of Chaos. Interesting. Yeah. Yeah, which is why you need discard outlets, huh? But no, but this kind of bypasses that because you can banish from hand. You know what I mean? You can banish from hand. That's the thing. Yeah, so like, if you want to summon this, you banish this, and then you summon this back, and vice versa. You know what I mean? So for example, let's say you open up two of these and two of these. What does that get for you? Because that's something you have to consider. So let's say you go, because this is a tuner, right? So you go, active effect, banishes from hand, special, this specials this back. And then you do vice versa. Then you go, effect, banish this, and then special from this. So that means you have 4. How can you climb though? There's 6s. There's 10s right away, because you go 2 Shell Chaoses and a Core Chaos. That's a 10. No. Okay, so yeah, like it's depleting, right? It's depleting because you're contributing your entire hand to this combo, but it's the payoff that makes it worthwhile, right? But at the moment, what is the payoff? Like a Chaos Angel is cool and all, but like it is not unbeatable. So that's where then you have to like start considering other options. But it's just initiating this is the concept is the main goal here, right? Because if you don't have a concept or you can't initiate anything, then you have no sense of direction. But the fact that you have an idea of what this can provide, then you can expand off that, which is the main premise of any deck building process. Mental tuner. I think I've read this card before. Yeah. You can activate one of these effects. Banish one up to one light and up to one dark monster from your hand and their graveyard. Increase or decreases this card's level by the exact number banished until the end of its turn. Okay, so this guy's paired with the Chaos guys, I think. Pretty sure. Target up to 2 of your banished monsters, light and or dark. Return them to the graveyard. And if you do, increase or decrease this card's level by the exact number returned until the end of this turn. Okay. So then this guy just puts him back. So this guy, okay, yeah. Interesting. Chaos Mirage Dragon. You can target one banished one light with dark monster, special summon this card from your hand. Wait, what? you can target one banished light or dark monster, special summon this to your field, but negates effects. Also, for the rest of this turn, you cannot special summon monster from extra decks of light, dark, and grows. If this card is sent to the graveyard as Synchron 0, you can target cards your opponent controls up to the number of other monsters used for the synchro summon. Banish them. This card's crazy. You can target one banished light or dark monster. Oh, that's where I'm getting confused. I'm expecting it to say return to the graveyard or return to the deck. You just have to target it. You can target one I thought I dropped for a second. Core is banished when leaves. Yeah. Yeah, it's fine though. Because you're mainly going to want to just like this is basically, think of this as like a quick draw or like a walker. You discard a card, but instead of discarding, you banish it. And this is basically revives the card you banished. And vice versa, right? Banish this summons back with this, etc. And you have access to a level 6 synchro, and so on and so on. But yeah, this is confusing me because I was expecting the card to go to the grave or go back to the deck. But anyways, special summon it to your field, but negate its effects. Also, for the rest of this turn, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck except light or dark synchro monsters. If this card is sent to the graveyard as a synchro material, you can target cards your opponent controls up to the number of other monsters used for the synchro summon. Oh, okay, I see what's happening here. So basically, okay, so this pairs with these guys, right? So then you go for a 10, and you go for Chaos Angel. So that means you can banish. You're going to be able to banish 2 cards on top of the Chaos Angel banish, and they cannot interact with Chaos Angel. So it's a board breaker. Yeah, it's a 3-card combo, but like, they can't stop the nuke. What up, Fallen? You see what I mean? So okay, so for example, let's say you open these 2 cards, right? You open these 2 cards. No, but you need another banished card. Because this will summon back the one you banished. So that's not gonna work. So you need a 4th card, I think. But nonetheless, go in second if they don't interact with your resources, right? Because I know it's a bit much having to contribute a 4-card combo, but like Chaos Angel makes it worthwhile in that sense, because typically you wouldn't want to do that. But the fact that they can't, the Chaos Angel is unaffected by everything, this cracks almost any board. And it'll simplify the game state, because odds are, let's say they've contributed all the resources to establish a board, right? Then you just go synchro Chaos Angel with this and these guys, right? And this one says it's basically like Satellite Warrior. No, it's Yeah, kind of. You basically banish cards up to the amount of other synchro materials. So since you'd use two other ones, so you banish two of the cards on top of the card you banish off Chaos Angel's effect, right? So you banish 3. So depending on how your opponent replenished their hand or the resources while contributing to that board, you're breaking even in a way. Well, no, you're at a +1 because it took 3 cards to make Chaos Angel, but you're banishing 3 cards anyways, and you get to keep your synchro, so you're at a +1 there. Does that make sense? Not considering the fact that maybe your opponent has like 5 cards in hand because throughout their combo they can replenish your hand. But this is a general idea of what I'm trying to depict here. I mean, it's pretty cool. Not the worst, not horrible. Like if Chaos Angel didn't have the clause of unaffected, it wouldn't be good. But the fact that it's unaffected, that means you can't interact with it. So any effect that they were trying to save post mid combo or after they thought they can utilize, maybe you can hold it off and use it later. You know what I mean? You can't use it there, buddy. You can't. Like it's pretty crazy. I was like, that's crazy. So that means it's good against Cash, because Cash, you're always gonna have a banished monster, so you're always gonna be able to summon this guy. That's crazy. But then I don't know, it's a bit weird. Oh, but you can't even do it with this guy. This is a tuner as well. So you would need something else. Yeah, you need him and another level 2. Bio insect armor. But you get the gist of it. You know. Yeah, it's an interesting card for sure. Because this can literally... Is this for the rest of this turn? Yeah, dude. But it's for the rest of this turn. So it doesn't even lock you for the entire turn. So this can literally be the last thing you do. So at the very least, if you pair this with the Bystial, that's already like banish 2. You can't touch my guy. Damn, that's pretty cool. I don't mind this one. That's cool. I mean, yeah. Oh, isn't this a common? You know what? Hey, yeah. You know what else? Memory can summon this. Bystials in 3 days, bro. Here we go. Dude, Memory can summon this. It's a worm. I mean, Yazi. I want to talk about Memory can summon crap. It's Yazi that does all the work. Ah, damn. That's pretty crazy. That's funny, because it doesn't say it can be special summoned. It says you can. That's cool. Okay, so Bio Insect Armor. If this card is in your hand or graveyard and you do not control Bio Insect Armor, you can target one insect monster you control, equip this card to it, but banish it when it leaves the field. Also banish this equipped card when it leaves the field. You can only use... Okay, sure, dude. Level 3, once per turn, at the start of the damage step, when an insect monster battles, you can target one card you control and one card your opponent controls. Destroy them. You can only use each of the following effects of Infinite Antlion? Come on, bro. Next thing you know, it's going to be Ant Wolf. No way. Okay, so when an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can special summon this card from your hand. If this card is normal or special summon, you can equip one insect monster from your hand or graveyard to this card as an equip. So, wait. So what does this do again? If this card is in your graveyard or is your hand or graveyard, and you do not control by insect armor, you can target one insect monster you control and equip this card to it, but banish it when it leaves the field. Also banish this equip card when it leaves the field. You can only use it. The equipped monster gains 1500 attack. It just gains, just boosted. That's kind of whack. A base actor. When a monster declares an attack, you can discard one card, special summon this card from your opponent's Special summon this card to your opponent's field. You can only use this effect. Okay, what the heck? Yeah, no. Yeah, no, I mentioned the wrong one. Okay, that's fair. If this card is special summoned from the Pendulum Zone, the owner of this card reveals 3 Abyssect spells from their deck. Their opponent randomly picks one. Oh, it's like a kind of like that one card. Yeah, kind of. Ninja. If this card is normal, special summon, or flip face up, you can target up to 2 face up monsters on the field, change them to face down defense position. And if you do, any opponent. Oh, this is new. This is the new one that came out. Yeah, I remember this. Any monsters that were flipped by this effect cannot change their battle position. If a monster on the field is flipped face up, while this monster is face up on the field, except during damage, you can target one card your opponent controls, destroy it. Yeah, I remember this card. I think I almost lost this card. Gizmek Grimness. Level 2. We always get excited for level 2s. If you ritual summon exactly one water ritual monster with a card effect that requires use of monsters, this card can be used as an entire tribute. If this card is normal special summon, you can special summon one Gizmek monster from your deck, except Gizmek also. See, stuff like this. Like we wouldn't expect to play this, but like the fact that it can summon a monster and generate more non-tuners is what we want. Also, you cannot. Yeah, also, you can only declare attacks to ritual monsters until the end of this turn. I mean, turn 1, I guess turn 2 would be kind of whack because like we can attack. So like sometimes we want to like Basil Trice, Familiar of the Evil Eye. If you control an Evil Eye monster and this card is in your hand or graveyard quick effect, you can special summon this card, but banishing when it leaves the field. During your opponent's turn, you can quick effect immediately after the effect resolves, link summon. Okay, link summons, you control. Interesting. I like the fact that they're quick effect special summons. Can you imagine? I've mentioned this before. Can you imagine if Starter Synchron was a quick effect special summon? Like quick effect tribute to summon itself? How epic would that be, bro? Oh my goodness. Evil Eye, bro. The thing that intrigued me about Evil Eye is because if you can have a consistent way to like have a popper and hand traps, or a popper and back row, it's like it just seems worth it. Like, I'm not sure if it's for any of you guys as well, but it just seems like, oh, this could be good. It's so simple, it might work, but I don't know. Vala, Generator. Oh, this is you, Nick. You can only control one Vala, so you can control each of the following effects once per turn. If this card is in your hand or graveyard, you can send one of your hand, special summon this card. But banish with the field. If this card is special summon, you can special summon one general monster from your hand to graveyard. Beargram. Level 9. I mean, 9s are starting to become a bit more intriguing because of Baron and stuff like that. Yeah. Cannot be normal summoner set. Must be special summon from your hand to graveyard by banishing 3 insect and or plant monsters from your hand or graveyard. You can only special summon Beargram once per turn. Your opponent cannot activate monster effects in response to your spell trap card effects to activate. What the hell, bro? So they can't respond to your fuzzy trap. That's insane. Once per turn during your main phase, you can destroy all face-up monsters on the field except insect plant monsters. Also, this card can attack. This card is a monster, bro. The hell? So what do you just banish what? By banishing 3 insect and or plant monsters from your hand or graveyard? This card's crazy. Like, it seems too crazy for no reason. You just need to banish 3 insects and or plant monsters from your hand or graveyard. And it's hand or graveyard, which is insane. Once per turn, your opponent can act. Once per turn, your opponent cannot activate monster effects in response to your spell and trap cards or effect activations. That's pretty crazy. That I'm gonna write this one down. This is crazy. This is crazy. Beargram. Why doesn't it come up? What the hell? Forest. There it is. You never know, bro. That's pretty crazy. Manticore of Smashing. Oh, this is the guy from Smashing Ground. Level 6 Beast Warrior. During your main phase, you can add one fissure or one Smashing Ground from your deck to your hand. If this card is in your graveyard, you can banish one fissure or one Smashing Ground from your hand or graveyard by summon this card. What the fudge? Bro. You can literally just use this as fodder. Use your other guy, your Smashing Ground, use your fissure. What the hell? Like I understand, like they seem bad, right? But I don't know. I just like thinking of things, and it's like, well, it seems interesting. Like in which is what I meant in theory. In theory, you can run it off as soon as you think and try to anticipate of how good it can be. But then you like think yourself, oh, what about this? What about this? And your perspective on deck building has to be a bit different, because you can't implement the same structure to every deck. I mean, you can to some extent, which will then be simplified to where like condensed engine, non-engine hand traps. You know what I mean? That's basically the what everyone's been doing this past few years. Condensed engine, get what's necessary, and it's a bunch of non-engine hand traps interactions. But like as efficient as it is, you know, like just exploring other theories is always fun. Because what does this mean? This mean that whatever that requires cost or stuff to send to graveyard, you can just send it to graveyard, activate fissure, and then this basically becomes free, because it became fodder, but it just brings itself back by simply just banishing a Smashing Ground or a fissure. Like constantly, it's a recurring. The way I'm seeing it is like as a constant tree-born frog every turn. He just goes back. He just fissure, bring it back. You know. I mean, of course, right away you can see that it may be like opening up a bunch of fissures, a bunch of Smashing Grounds is not ideal. Like if you go in second, you know, maybe you go in second deck. I don't know, but it's just funny. Okay, you know what that one does? Fierce Tiger. Level 4 Earth. All other monsters on the field lose 500 attack. Once per turn during your main phase, you can destroy all monsters on the field with less attack than this card. What the hell, bro? So they always 500 attacks. So anything less than? So anything less than 22. Crazy. Fairy ant. Bro, what's up with all these ants? Circular Sorcerer. It's level 3's insect tuner. If an insect or plant monster is in either graveyard. Oh, you know what I noticed? You know what just came up to me about this guy? That synchro that sends the soul drop on. It's the pineapple looking thing. You know that pineapple looking level 1 tuner? It's a plant. It's Fengli, the slow. Basically, what it says is, if this card is sent from the deck to your graveyard by a monster effect, you can special summon this card. Then, if you control another plant monster, you can have the attack of one monster on the field. You can only use this effect of Fengil once per turn. Once per turn, if this card on the field would be destroyed by battle card effect, you can send one plant monster from your deck to the graveyard instead. So that's what that reminds me of about this card now, because this is level 9. What's that? What's that synchro? That foolish is a plant or insect. I can't remember the name of that synchro. It's what's the name of that? Oh, what's the name of that? Do any of you know the name of that synchro? It foolish is an insect or a plant to the graveyard. It's a recent synchro. I can't remember the name of it. Yeah, Yeah, that one. That's the one, right? Diabolentis. Yeah, there it is. The level 8. If this card is synchro summon, you can wait. What do you need to synchro summon? Is this generic? Yeah. You can send insects. You can send insect and/or plant monsters from your deck to the graveyard up to the number of non-tuners used for its synchro summon. If you control this synchro summon card, you can target one insect or plant monster you control, treat it as a tuner until the end of the turn. You can only see, like, yeah. So I'm assuming that'll facilitate this guy. Crazy. Okay, so we're going back to this guy. If an insect or plant monster is in either graveyard, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only special summon this card once per turn. This way, if this card that you control would be used as a synchro material for an insect or a plant monster, you can treat it as a non-tuner. See, this is what we need as well. We need tuners that can be non-tuners. This is what we need. This is interesting. Let me remember this. Fairy ants. Fairy ants, bro. Next thing you know, we're gonna have a deck revolving on ants. No, bro. Don't let it be. Sorry, the Silverwing Axe. Level 3 machine. Light level 3 machines, just, I don't know. Quick effect. You can target one face-up monster on the field. Equip this card from your hand or field to it. It gains 100 attack and defense. You can only use... the hell? It's kind of whack. I think... yeah, I don't know, bro. Couple aces. Oh, I remember this card. This covers... yeah. Yeah, Chaos Ruler. If this card is in your hand, you can toss a coin, and if the result is heads, special summon this card from your hand, from your card to your field. Or if the result is tails, special summon this card to your opponent's field. You can only use this effect couple of turn. If this card is special summon, by its effect, draw 2 cards. Cool. Dimensional. Oh, I don't know what that is. Bears. Psychic Tuner. Oh, it's a level 1 psychic. Cannot be destroyed by battle with an opponent's. Cannot be destroyed by battle with a monster with the same attribute, with the same type or attribute as this card. You can declare one monster type and attribute. This card becomes that type and attribute until the end of this opponent's turn. You can okay. Oh, you know what this does? This can make a net beast, right? This can literally be anything. It's a level 1. Yeah, this could be, but yeah, because like sometimes you need. What do you need? Oh, you know what this means? You know synchros that require a tuner synchro. This can facilitate that. Yeah, you can declare one monster type and one attribute. This card becomes that type and attribute until the end of the opponent's turn. You can only use. Yeah, this can facilitate those weird specific synchro monsters. What up, you die? What up, you die? Yeah, no, I appreciate it. Thank you. Hopefully you found them helpful. But yeah, at the moment we're just going through the sets and stuff. So, but for Gamma, well, I mean, the only reason we're playing Gamma was because of Droll, and we're not too sure how prevalent Droll will be, right? Because I'm assuming it's still going to be quite there still, because it's a pretty good hand trap. So it's weird to play that in Pure, because Pure is very what's the word I'm looking for? How do you pronounce that? Praynid? I don't know what that is. No, okay, so I mean, you could get away with it, like playing cross out in Pure, but it's just it being the fifth or sixth card going second or going first, right? So like theoretically, Ideally, strong hands consist of 3 cards, right? So it would be Jet or Stardust with Converter and Doppel. That's 3 cards already, right? So the other 2 cards have to be interactions, but if you're going second, right? But if you're going first, if one of those is cross out, you're gonna be you're not gonna be as interactive as you would like, right? So that means that one hand trap has to be impactful, or you have to just be like, okay, well, one hand trap's not enough, so I need to just take a different approach and put going second cards to ensure that you have a viable chance. Because otherwise, going second and drawn into cross out is a bit weird. Whereas with adventure, it's the cards required to function is 2, right? So that means you can have theoretically you'll have your right and your Synchron access, and then these can be hand traps, and one of them can be a cross out. Because at least you know what I mean, that's the theory of it. But with pure, it's a bit more hand specific. But yeah, like that's just based off theory. I mean, of course, it can work because your opponent can just like lose to an Ash sometimes. They can lose to a draw sometimes. You know, they could run to a nib, and you know, but like there's a lot of factors to consider. But for the most part, that's just based on theory. Meteor Rush Monochroid, it's level 10. This is huge, though. During the battle phase, if 5 or more attacks have been declared this turn, what the hell? Quick, you can special summon this card from your hand. Aren't you just dead? What the? Weren't you just dead? 5 monsters, bro. Like right now, you just died. Like what the hell is the point of this? You can special summon this card from your hand. You can only use the effective mirror once per turn. If this card, bro, what the? That card's so whack, bro. You're just dead by then. It's 0/0 as well. Like what the fuck? Sneaky C. Level 7. When your opponent special summons a monster except during the damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand and face down defense position. And if you do during the end phase of this turn, change it to face up defense position. You can only use this effect of Sneaky C once per turn. If this card is flipped face up during the end phase, destroy all special monsters. This is a Dyna, bro. Why would you play this opposed to a Nibiru? Assuming you want to sequence it out with Veiler Nib. Why would this be better? Why would this be better? I think the only difference would be is that what? What would be the difference? You get level 7. There's a little bit more room to synchro with. Kashtira, they can play this because it's level 7. Then, you know, I don't know. Why would you place over Nib Baylor, Nib Emperor, Nib Gamma? I finally decided to put the Phantom Knight's Shades Brigadier trap card to get a level 4 launch in your body. I mean, yeah, that's not crazy. That's not outlandish. Yeah. Dogmatica Albazoa. The only thing I don't know about is that they lock you, so we can't ever consider these. Maybe for like a different deck, just not synchro based, but yeah. You can ritual summon this card with any Gizmek ritual spell. If this card is ritual summon, you can target one water monster in your graveyard, special summon it. Cannot be destroyed by battle with monsters. Special summon from the extra deck once per turn. When your opponent activates a monster effect, quick effect, you can return one Gizmek ritual monster you control to the hand, and if you do negate activation. I mean, I like how it's reborn something, and it's an Omni. Well, for hand traps, I mean. It's a level 10 though, so there's no room. There's no real room to synchro with this. That's the only issue I have with it. Grand Goyle, we know what that does. Rimburn the Striking Dragon. Yeah, we know what this does. Ultimate Insect. A level 8 insect monster, level 7 insect monster. You can only special summon Ultimate Great Insect once per turn. Must be first fusion summon or special summon from the extra deck by attributing one insect monster with 2,000 or more defense with an equipped card. Oh, this is what you were talking about. You just summon this. Huh. Yeah, I mean, Sprite is like Sprite's weird. 'Cause it's not. It won't be good until we get Assault, and even if we do get Assault, it's a bit. Yeah. I think it's the biggest difference in Master Duel and TCG is that you have to waste your negate on the maxi, right? And then you have to consider whether you can push past it. And most of the time, more often than not, the build we tried can't really dig far enough for the card destruction because you won't be able to draw as much. So maybe it'll be different in TCG. I'm pretty sure it will be different in TCG. Ice Jade. Oh, this is the new one, right? I was looking at Ice Jades, and I know the deck's whack. I know the deck's whack. It itself, it doesn't really. But like as a non-engine for non-tuners, it's not bad. Because their levels are four. But nonetheless, it just they replenish themselves, which is what I like. It was interesting. Yeah, I have every card I've thought to see. Oh, this is interesting. I have it done. It's pretty crazy though, considering how much cards I've read through. Like, there's only like 67. Well, it's 73, including extract monsters. But anyways, what does this even do? Quick effect. You can activate this effect. Face-up monsters you control cannot be destroyed or banished by your opponent's card effects this turn. Then, if you activate this effect in response to your opponent's card or effect activation, and your opponent has cards with that name on the field and or graveyard, you can banish those cards if you manage those cards. If a card is banished by your opponent's card effect, or this card is in your graveyard except during damage step, you can special summon this card. You can that's pretty cool. Just makes you guys immune. What up, Dale? Are you going to? Yeah, Herald before Speeder is pretty nice. Are you only going up to survivors, or are you doing some look ahead? Nah, we're just going to we're just catching up to the recent release sets in the TCG. Oh, okay. There is other chaos stuff. So that means when you pair these with the okay, you can climb into these guys, which is nice. One light tuner, one or more non-light tuner dark monster. Okay. If wait, can you guys hear me okay? Everything fine? The audio okay? We're like an hour over an hour in. I'm just asking you guys now. Libro synchro is better in that regard. Dude, I'm just waiting to see when this Wi-Fi is gonna FTK me, bro. Alright, cool, awesome. Yeah, because I'm looking at my thing and it's blinking and I'm like, okay, it's still okay. We're intact. Okay. Okay. So if any cards have been banished this turn, this card gains 2,000 attack. That's huge. What the hell? 45. This card can attack all monsters your opponent controls once each. Also, banish any monster destroyed by battle with this card. If this card in its owner's possession control leaves the field because of an opponent's card, you can special summon one Chaos Synchro. What the hell, bro? This card's insane. Wait, hang on. Was that dragon? You can target one banished light or dark monster. Wait, does this mean we can target their monsters as well? Their banished monsters? Because if that's the case, that's so cool. Yeah, this is wild. Because that'll cheat out Chaos Angel hella easy. Yeah, because that's pretty wild. Oh damn, that's nice. I think these cards needed to have that restriction. If you weren't bound by light and dark with these cards would just be too OP, bro. Even now they're kind of insane. This gives me like a brute force type of approach. That's what these are. This is brute force. You can't interact with them. This is really strong. Like, what the hell, bro? Awesome. Thank you, Fallen. Thank you. Playing. Pretty crazy. There is a 6. Chaos Beast. Okay, 1 light tuner, one or more non-light tuner dark monsters. So the tuner always has to be light. Okay. If any cards have been banished this turn, this card gains 1,000 attack. Bro. Okay, it's 3k. It's still pretty huge. You can only use each of the following effects of Chaos Beast once per turn. You can target one of your banished light or dark monsters, add it to your hand during your main phase, except the turn this card was sent to the graveyard. You can banish 1 light and 1 dark monster from your hand or graveyard, except... Yeah, this is crazy, man. These are pretty cool. Has anyone built a Chaos Synchro list yet? Is there any videos online yet? Yeah, I'm interested in these now. This is pretty cool. It's interesting for sure. Plunder. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. What does this even do? What does this need? Oh, this is generic as well. You can declare 1 attribute, return this card to the extra deck, and if you do, special 1 plunder token. 0 deck when that attribute with that attribute to both players' fields and defense position. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Gives you a token. So what does it require? Okay, so if your opponent special summons a monster, except during the damage step, you can add 1 plunder patrol card from your deck to your hand. Then, if this card is equipped with the plunder monster with the plunder patrol card, you can special summon 1 plunder patrol monster from your deck. You can only target 1 plunder patrol card in your graveyard, add to your hand, and if you do, place this card in the pen. This seems good. Like, I kind of have an idea of what plunders do, and it seems like it's very generic. The way that it's very generically built most of the time. Like, it kind of reminds me of like the Scarecrow thing, where you just like link, and set up and pass, and then you just have hand traps, which is like which is essentially what every deck has come down to, has done over the past few years, right? It's been oversimplified. Prioritizing efficiency over This doesn't seem... I mean, it's level 8. How easy is it to make a level 8 synchro in Plunder? I'm assuming you just summon this off of the effect, not actually synchro summon it, right? I'm assuming so, yeah, because they just special summon the other guy with the other guy. So, okay, that's okay. I'm not sure how tight the extra deck is as well, so maybe they're prioritizing some other things. I'm not even sure. Did you even play this? I'm not sure if they even played it. Circle of the Fairies. Level 7, plant synchro. Okay. It's generic. 1 tuner, 1 more non-tuners. During your main phase, you can normal summon 1 insect or plant monster in addition to your normal summon. Or set. You can only gain this effect once per turn. When a monster is destroyed by... Oh, it's just a 7. You know what this means? That any Destroy and any good level 4 lower is pretty damn good, because that means you foolish something off with mass petition, I'm assuming, and then you Destrudo, go into this guy, and if you have like more plants, like a lone fire, maybe lone fire, tribute it off, and then have some sort of synergy with the card you just sent with mass petition, stuff like that. Interesting. When a monster is destroyed by battle involving your insect or plant monster and sent to the graveyard, you can target one of those destroyed monsters and inflict damage to your opponent equal to half its attack. Then gain life points equal to the damage inflicted to your opponent. You can okay. That's not that. A double summon? I'm not sure. It depends how. It would depend on the intent of the deck, right? Maybe the double summon is insane, you know. Here's another galaxy card. Another galaxy card here. 3 level 8 light monsters. You can also XYZ this card by using number 62 Galaxy Prime Photon Dragon you control. Transfer this material to this card. At the start of your battle phase, you can attach one material from this card. This card can make up to 3 attacks on monsters during this battle phase. If this card has a Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon material, it gains these attacks. Unaffected by your opponent's monster effects, gains attack each of the combined levels of rank. Oh my god, what the hell? It's pretty insane, dude. 2 level 4 monsters. Other light monsters you control gain 500 attack. You can only use each of the following effects Galaxy Photon Dragon once per turn. You can detach one material from this card. Either add one Photon or Galaxy card from your deck to your hand, or send it to the graveyard. If a light monster is special summoned from your field, except you can target one of those monsters, its level becomes a... Oh, it's basically like Generaider. It just summons. I mean, it just adds or sends. Oh, we know what Gigantic does. Rise Heart. What was it? Oh, the Generaider is this. Do you play this, Nick? You can only control one live generate monster. Monster you control, monster your opponent controls lose 1,000. That's insane. Quick effect. You can tribute this XYZ summoning card, special summon one non-fairy Generaider monster, XYZ monster from your extra deck. Then you can attach cards from any field and their graveyard to that special summon monster as a material. What the hell, bro? That seems insane. Tri-Brigade Arms. Oh, is this the one that they foolish this to send Garura? I'm pretty sure it is, right? 3 Beast Warrior and their Winged Beast monsters cannot be special summoned from the extra deck unless you have 3 or more Tri-Brigade spells traps in your graveyard. Your opponent cannot activate activate card effects or effects when you special summon a monster. Wait, what? Let me read this again. Cannot be special summoned from the extra deck unless you have 3 or more Tri-Brigade spells traps in your graveyard. Your opponent cannot activate card or effects when you special summon monsters. That's insane. When a monster declares an attack, you can banish this card. Also banish all cards your opponent controls. What the hell, bro? What link is this? This is link 5. If this card is in your if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can. Yeah, this is the one. Yeah, this is the one sent with Garura, right? It's sent with Garura. Garura sends this. That's insane. But it's just wild. What the hell? But is there even any good Tri-Brigade spells and traps? Like enough to justify to summon it the hard way? That's pretty insane. Base actor, super producer. Level link 2. Yeah, that's yeah, it's true. Like, is there any other one? I don't know, bro. I don't think so. Okay. During main phase, quick effect. I mean, it requires 2 fiends. You can target one face-up card you control, destroy it. Then you can apply one of these effects. Place one of this. Okay, this is very specific, I think. Dino Mondo. 2 monsters, including a ritual monster. If this card is special summon, you can target one card on the field and one ritual monster in your graveyard. Shuffle both into the deck during your opponent's turn. Quick effect, you can tribute this card and target one ritual monster in your graveyard. Either add it to your hand or special summon it. You can only use... Okay. Other than Revolt. Galaxy 100 continuous spell. When this card is activated, you can send one Photon or Galaxy card from your deck to the graveyard. If Galaxy Photon Dragon is special summoned to your field, except you can look at your opponent's extra deck, then you can apply one of these effect. Banish one monster from it, special summon one number monster from it to your field. Okay, that's very specific. That's very specific. Numeron Creation. This card is always treated as a Galaxy card. If 3 or more light dragon monsters with 3 dozen or more original attack are on the field, special moon number dragon XYZ monster from your extra deck, then attach this card to it. Okay. Ice Jade Manifestation. I just think of Altergeist Manifestation at this point. What a Quasar. But it would have to be like, you can make it any level you want it, because like it's very specific. Because like, what if they don't have the level we require? You know? I think it would have to be two separate effects. Like maybe go, you can discard this card, change the level of your opponent's monster by whatever level you want. You can banish this card from your graveyard and synchro summon with it and the monster that your opponent controls. Like, how cool would that be? That'd be insane, bro. Imagine if you busted if it was a quick effect. That'd be insane. Can you imagine that, bro? That'd be crazy. Actually, that'd be an insane custom card, bro. Oh my goodness. That'd be crazy. If you control water monster and your opponent has a monster on their field or graveyard, take one Ice Age monster from your deck and either send to the graveyard or special summon it. Okay, that's pretty cool. If a face-up Ice Age monster you control leaves the field for by an opponent's card, except by being destroyed, and except during the damage step, you can banish this card from your graveyard. Target one card your opponent controls, banish it. This card's actually pretty good. What the hell? Yeah, it's not bad. It's not. This card's insane. I mean, it's probably Ice Age. I'll just look up Ice Age later. Telios Ring-Ins. When you activate this card, you can also detach up to 3 materials from the monsters you control. Add a Spring monster from your deck to your hand, and if you detach any materials activation, you can special summon that many Spring monster from your hand or graveyard during your main phase. If this card is in your graveyard, you can target one XYZ monster on the field. Detach one material from it, and if you do, add this card. Okay, sure, bro. Dogmatic Matrix. Light of the Branded. Target one fusion monster on the field or in the graveyard, or in either graveyard. Return it to the extra deck. Then you can special summon one Fallen Babas from your graveyard to your field, and one monster from your opponent's graveyard to their field. This card is wild in the mirror matches. What the hell, bro? Overlap. Oh, this is the thing that Jordan used at our states tournament. This is wild. Scareclaw Defanging. Oh, this is the one that pops, right? Yeah. Tearlaments, yeah, we know this. Giant ball game. During your main phase, if this card was activated this turn, you can special summon one level 6 or lower insect monster from your graveyard. You can reveal one insect monster in your hand, then target one face-up monster your opponent controls, and one insect monster you control, with less attack than the revealed monster. Switch control of those monsters, and if you do, the monster you took control becomes an insect monster. You can only use one giant ball game effect. So it's a brain control in a way. Bisector Rehearsal. Giant ballpark terrible, bro. Where's the ants, mate? Let's get all the ants. At the start of your main phase, add one Abyss active card and one Abyss script spell from your deck to your hand. For the rest of this turn, after this card, you cannot pendulum summon once. I mean, this seems like it's good for the archetype. Yeah, this seems like it's good. Like, it just gets you 2 cards, like, free. Like, that must be good, right? Target one Abyss actor, Pentagon monster you control, especially one Abyss actor monster from your deck with different names. See, but that's the thing though, like learning a whole new deck, bro. That's a struggle right there. Then place the targeted monsters in your opponent's zone or destroy it. If this set card and its owner's control is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, and you have a face-up Abyss actor, you can in your extra deck you can return up to 2 cards on the field to the hand. What the hell is this? Also ninja card. Gizmek. This card can be used as to ritual summon any Gizmek ritual monster. You must also tribute monsters from your hand or field whose total level is exactly equal to the level of the ritual monster you ritual summoned, or tribute one face-up monster your opponent controls. What the hell? Anytime you contribute your opponent's monster, it's good. If you ritual summon using this card, you lose life once equal to the original attack of the ritual summoned monster. If this card is in your graveyard, you can target one Gizmek monster in your graveyard, place that card on top of your deck, and if you do, place this card on the bottom of your deck. Okay. Focus Aqua Mirror. Add one Gizmek monster from your deck to your hand during the end phase. If you control a water ritual monster, you can banish this card from your graveyard, set one Aqua Mirror spell directly from your deck or graveyard, except Focus Mirror. Focus Aqua Mirror. You can, okay. Cool. Evil Eye Unleashed. Thrust. That's where Thrust comes out. Send one Evil Eye monster and one Evil Eye spell trap from your deck to the graveyard. Add one Evil Eye equipped spell from your deck to your hand. But for the rest of this turn, each time you activate a non-Evil Eye card effect, you lose 500 life points. If you link summon an Evil Eye link monster, you can banish this card from your graveyard. Equipped. One Evil Eye equipped spell from your graveyard to your one Evil Eye link monster you control. Okay. Like there's like these decks are so like it's just so different to what we're accustomed to. So it's like, you know, I'm not sure how efficiently that the deck can facilitate these type of things, you know. But that's what I mean. Like in theory, you're thinking to yourself like, well, I need to do this in order to do this, and in order to resolve this, and you're already disregarding it because you think it's so much the things required to have that function seems like so bad. But then, like, once you play, it's like, oh, it's not that bad, actually, you know? Because then you start actually experiencing what will happen in real gameplay. But once again, I'm not sure how, yeah, I don't know. Land flipping. Target one face-up card in the field zone, banish it, then place it face-up in the other field zone. Then you can choose one field spell with a different original name in the current control's graveyard and place it face up in the field zone of the player whose card was banished. You can only use. So like, it's like a weird terraforming. Photon time stop. Take one Photon or Galaxy Continuous spell trap from your deck and either add it to your hand or place it face up on the field. If this set card in its owner's control is destroyed by your opponent's card effect during your opponent's turn, and you control a Galaxy Ice Photon Dragon or XYZ monster that has it as a material, you can activate its effect. It becomes the end phase of this turn. Wild. Gigantic Thundercross. Target a number of monsters on the field and or in the graveyard, equal to the difference between your banished cards and your opponent's banished. And your opponents banish them, then your opponent can special summon one monster from their deck. You can only use. Wait. let me see if I get this right. Target a number of monsters on the field and or in the graveyards, equal to the difference between your banished cards and your opponents. So let's say we both have. Let's say I have 3 banished. He has 5 banished. So that means we pop 2. I mean, we banish 2. Is that how it works? Target a number of monsters on the field and or in the graveyards, equal to the number between your banished cards and your opponents. Banish them. Then your opponent can special one monster from their deck. Interesting. I'm assuming that's how it works, right? So let's say I have 1 banished and he has 10 banished. That means I can banish 9? That's insane. Well, I mean, they can't banish 9 because there's only, 6 monster zones, including the extra monster zone. I think that's how it works. Branded Befallen. Once per turn, when your opponent activates a card or effect, target one Bystial monster you control and no other cards. Or when your opponent activates a card or effect in response to the activation of your Bystial monster effect. You can target one light or dark monster in your either dimension, and if you do negate the activation. What the hell? I didn't know this card existed. This negates effects. What the? That's insane. Let me just reread this. Once per turn, when your opponent activates a card or effect that targets one Bystial, it has to target a Bystial monster you control and no other cards, or when your opponent activates a card or effect in response to the activation of a Bystial monster, you can target one light or one dark monster and you can banish it, and if you do, negate the activation. Oh, okay, no, it's not the worst. So that means, like, if you activate your Bystial in hand and then you have this on field, they try to negate it, or they try to, well, they just activate anything in response to the Bystial, you just flip this. Branded Befallen. That's crazy. I didn't know that card existed. Target Target one Visa Starfrost in your monster zone and one effect monster your opponent controls. Negate that opponent's monster effect, and if you do, your targeted monster gains attack equal to half the original attack or defense of that monster, whichever is higher. You can banish this card from your hand. No, you can banish this card from your graveyard, add one spell trap that mentions Visa Starfrost from your deck to your hand, except Trivi Karma. Trivi Karma. So I'm assuming it's something that's insignificant that comes back. Trivial things, you know? Kastira Big Bang, Chaos Phantasm. Okay, this okay. Target one of your banished light tuners and one of your banished level 8 or lower dark non-tuners. Return both to the graveyard, then special one light or dark synchro monster from your extra deck, whose level equals the total levels of those returned monsters. You know what's funny? Satellite Warriors are dark. So Solemn Strike is better. No, okay, so the reason why you would view this in a different way is because Solemn Strike is you can't search it, right? So like so inherent, so automatically you have to consider cards that you can search a bit higher than cards like Solemn Strike, because like you can you can play 3 Solemn Strike or you can play one of these, you know what I mean? And you can search this, which is like a main thing. It's an obscure interaction because it's a surprise. It's a surprise factor, you know. But like I don't know, it's a weird one. What was I at? Yeah, but it's pretty cool. Target one of your light banished tuners and one of your banished level 8 or lower dark non-tuners. Crazy. That means you yeah, I don't know. It's weird. Bit welcome. Waybridge. If your opponent controls 2 or more monsters than you do, your opponent must send monsters they control to the graveyard, so they only control 1 monster. Crazy. Sour scheduling. Okay, trap. Activate this card only if your opponent controls a card in this set card column. Return all other cards in this card's column to the hand. Neither player can use the unused zones in this card's column. You can only... Okay, interesting. Yeah, basically, yeah. No, but I understand what Quasar was meaning, but like, I think once you consider like the consistency that is searching it via the Bystial stuff is why it's a bit different, you know. Yeah, exactly. Interesting. Intimidating or target 3 monsters in your graveyard. You choose one of the 3, then your opponent chooses one of the following effects, and you apply that effect. Special summon the chosen monster. Special summon as many of the other monsters as possible. Wait, what? Target 3 monsters in your graveyard. You choose one of them. You choose one of the 3. Then your opponent chooses one of the following effects. And okay, I see. So basically, you just target the best one, right? So you make it to where it's like it doesn't matter. Like you still get 2 bodies, or you get the best one. That's pretty insane. That's hilarious. This fish card, it looks familiar. When a water monster effect is activated, quick effect, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can banish one face-up fish, sea serpent, or aqua monster you control. Then target one face-up card in the field. Negates effects until the end of your opponent's next turn. You can only use each of... Okay, interesting. Orphible, the harmonious bullfighter bard. Beast Warrior. Cannot be normal summoned set. Must be special summoned from your hand by banishing 2 light and or 2 dark monsters from your hand. What? It's a chaos monster? Cannot be normal summoned set. Must be special summoned from your hand by banishing 2 light and 2 dark. What the hell, bro? Monster from your hand and or graveyard. Except this card. Except this card. If summoned this way, this card gains 1,000 attack for each monster banished from your hand for its summon, and can attack monsters number up to. And it can attack monsters a number of times each battle phase up to the number of monsters banished from the graveyard for its summon. If this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, after the escalation, you can banish that monsters. That's kind of whack. Oh, this is the one we were talking about just then. Diabolantis, the menacing mantis. That's a funny name. The Diabolantis, the menacing mantis. That rhymes. Yeah, this is the one that sends the plant or sends the fango guy. X was the align. Declare level 1. Declare level from 1 to 12. Then target 2 face-up monsters on the field, including 1 monster you control. They become the declared level until the end of this turn. Also, for the rest of this turn, after this card resolves, you can not special summon monsters. Okay, it's kind of whack. Made to order. Mermaid outfit. What the heck? Target 1 card in your opponent's graveyard, banish it. Then you can add 1 card from your deck to your hand with the same name as a banished card. You can only activate. This kind of reminds me of Wise Man's Chalice, the one that it seems like it should be good, but it requires your opponent to have a card. This is interesting. You can literally take anything. You can add a hand trap. You can add anything. But the mirror matches, this would be insane. Crazy. Oh, we know what Gold Prides does. Gold Prides. If your life points are low, okay, let me just read it. Gold Pride Leon. If your life points are lower than your opponent's, you can special summon this card from your hand. If this card is no more special summon, you can target 1 non-warrior Gold Pride monster in your graveyard, special summon it in defense position. Also, you cannot special summon monster from the extra deck for the rest of the turn except Gold Pride monsters. During your opponent's main phase, you can quick effect immediately after the effect resolves, synchro summon 1 synchro monster using only Gold Pride monsters you control. The lock. If these weren't locked, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, these weren't locked, bro. You can target 1 non-warrior Gold Pride monster. Yeah. If only, bro, if only. Chaos Ruler pose. Yeah, we're aware of these. Actually, I'm not aware of these, actually. Okay, if your life points are lower than your opponent's, you can special summon this card from your hand. During your opponent's standby phase, you can special summon 1 Nitro token, Pyro Fire, level 8, okay, to your opponent's field, but it cannot be used as a link material during your opponent's main phase. Quick effect, you can target 1 Nitro token on the field. Destroy that token, also destroy all cards in its adjacent monster zones and spell and trap zones. You can only use, okay, that's pretty, I'm not sure if that's used. I mean, it's niche. Carry. If your life points lower than your opponent's, you can special this card from your hand. If this card is normal or special summon, you can add 1 Gold Pride trap from your deck to your hand. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target 1 Gold Pride monster you control that was special summoned from the extra deck. Banish up 3 Pride monsters, Gold Pride cards from your graveyard, and if you do, that monster gains. Okay. The synchro. One is generic. During the main phase, quick effect, you can target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls. This card gains attack equal to the target's original attack. Then, if your life points are lower than your opponent's, you can destroy that monster. You can only use the previous effect of Gold Pride Star Leon once per turn. Once per turn during the end phase, if the previous effect was activated this turn, return this card to the extra deck. And if you do, special 1 Gold Pride Leon from your graveyard deck. Okay. They link as well. I know they linked as well. 2 Gold Pride monsters with different levels. You can target 1 monster your opponent controls, destroy it. Then, if your life points are lower than your opponent's, you can destroy all cards in its adjacent monster zones and spell and trap zones. Damn, that's pretty crazy. You can only use... So they both destroy. Good spot removal. Wait, can you do this? Can you synchro during their turn? You can, right? Yeah, so you synchro during their turn. Okay, so you synchro during their turn, spot removal. Cool. It just goes back to the fundamentals of doing that. Like, being able to pop a card and hand traps. They're essentially the same thing, just in a different way. You can destroy our cards in... you can only use this effect of Gold Pride Nitro Blaster once per turn. Once per turn during the end phase, if this effect was activated this turn, return this card to the extra deck. And if you do, special summon... Oh, yeah, it's a recurring Dread Pop with hand traps, you know? But having the option to... Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's fundamentally the same thing as we've seen in the past, just in a different way. Gold Pride, the crowd goes wild. Reveal one Gold Pride monster in your hand. Add one Gold Pride monster with the different name from your deck to your hand. Then you can apply the following effects. Special one Gold Pride monster from your hand, but lose life points equal to its original attack. You can only activate one Gold Pride goes wild per turn. Sure, buddy. Gold Pride, start your engines, bro. If your opponent no more special summons a monster, target one of those monsters. Reveal 3 Gold Pride monsters from your deck. Your opponent randomly picks one for you to special summon. Shuffle the rest into your deck. That's cool. Yeah, so it's more ways to facilitate the nuke on their turn. Interesting. I can see why it's appealing. Okay, so this is pretty sure this is generic. When this card is normal summoned, you can target one face-up monster your opponent controls. It gains attack equal to its original attack. Also, during the end phase of the next turn, destroy that face-up monster, and if you do, your opponent takes damage equal to half its original attack. At the start of your opponent's battle phase, you contribute this normal summon set card your opponent monster cannot attack. Sure. Rev it up one. Maybe one day, bro, we'll get a card called Rev It Up. I'm just waiting for a card to be called Clear Mind, bro. One card to be called Clear Mind. Okay, Queen Butterfly. If you control this normal summon set card, quick effect, you can target up to 3 level 4 lower insect monsters to give it. Change this card's attack to 0, and if you do, special summon those monsters, but their effects are negated. You can only use... Okay. Clear-sighted. Speaking of Clear Mind, level 4 Fairy. When this card is normal summon, you can set one continuous trap from your hand or graveyard. It can be activated this turn. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can activate this effect. Face-up trap you control cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effect. What the hell, bro? This is wild. This sets back a floodgate. Yeah, so what does this translate to? The difference would be playing less copies of the floodgate and more of this card. Because that means then you get a body and then you get a floodgate back. So that means prosperity, playing less copies of that because it's recurability. Yeah, that'll just open up more room for like other things apart from floodgates. Because you just recover it back if it gets destroyed. You know, and and then you won't be in that predicament where you're just drawing redundant floodgates turn after turn. There's limit over it. What up, Ninja? Pharaonic Advent gains 300 attack for each continuous trap card on the field and in the graveyards. You can only use each of the following effects of Pharaonic Advent once per turn. You can tribute one monster, special summon this card from your hand. You can tribute one fairy, fiend, or reptile monster, add one continuous trap from your deck to your hand. Also, you cannot special summon monsters. What the hell, bro? So these two go together. This adds a floodgate? How is this not a thing? How is this not a thing? How do you not play Diviner with this guy? That's crazy. Oh, never mind. You have to tribute. I thought you just add. Okay, never mind. Yeah, never mind. Yeah. I don't know. No, yeah, with Diviner. Yeah, no, I was right. Yeah, Diviner summons a fairy. You tribute the fairy or fiend or reptile. Search a continuous trap. Yeah, so essentially, Diviner Foolish is something of relevancy. You tribute the Diviner, summon this. The Diviner floats into a fairy. Tribute the fairy, add a floodgate, and you got value off. You got value off of Diviner anyways because you sent something. You know what I mean? That's crazy. Okay. During the main phase, special summon this card as a normal monster. Reptile, Earth. Okay, so I'm assuming this goes with him. Then you can negate the effects of face-up cards your opponent controls up to the number of continuous traps you control. That's crazy. That's wild. Huh, ninja. What's this guy do? Level 8. Oh, it's an insect. Oh, this looks like a Power Rangers Zord. Yeah, but like if you're into floodgates, like, you know, interesting. Because this can add this can set outlets cards. Trader. Mirror Jade. 300 attack for each insect monster on the field except this card. You can only use each of the following effects of Humongous once per turn. If an insect monster is special summon, except during damage, you can special summon this card from your hand. Dude, that's so easy to do. What the hell? During the end phase, activate this effect. Each player can special summon one insect monster from their hand or graveyard. Bro, what the hell? So easy to summon this. And we know what Mirror Jade does. That was Nova, right? Yeah. Amazing Memories. This is what came out on this. What came out on this? This is fairly recent. Okay, we got these stuff. What up, Casey? Labyrinth Heavy Tank. You can normal summon this card without attributing. Cannot attack the turn it is normal summon during your main phase. You can place one of your Sanga. Okay. This is this card, this deck. Yeah. Okay. That is balanced or in your hand or deck. Face up on the front. If you control a labyrinth wall card, you can destroy a monster your opponent controls. Okay. Yeah, because we're aware of these ones. This is an old school card. Prey of the... Yeah, okay, we have. Dual Academy. Hilarious. Oh, this is what On Your Mark came out. I forgot about that. Yeah, On Your Mark came out on this one. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, this was hype. This is so cool. Time to stand up. If a dragon synchro monster is on the field, special summon up to 2 monsters that are Resonator monsters and or level 1 dragon monsters from your deck. When a monster effect is activated while you control a level 8 or higher, you can bounce this card, you can negate that effect, and if you do one synchro monster you control can doesn't attack until the turn. You know what, if you play this and what's that? Is this do? Yeah, if you pair this with the Bystial Trap, it 2'd up the branded, you can synchro during their turn. So let's say you have special summon up to 2 monsters that are Resonator monsters and or level 1 dragon monsters. So this can summon Wheels Dragon. This can summon Brotar. And then you pair with Etude of the branded and you synchro into Majestic. or just any other dragons. Overlay network. We were over these. Yeah, Mellow bro. Yeah, I'm waiting for them to be updated. But it was a Friday, so he posted up Friday. So now we just wait. They were saying express, though. I should be getting by Wednesday, hopefully. Either tomorrow or Wednesday. They should be getting for. Make a King Calamity on their turn. Yeah, you can do that as well. Make a King Calamity on their turn. Saga of Dragon Emperor. Target one dragon monster you control. Oh, it's just XYZ, right? Yeah, it's XYZ. Perform Pal Dualistic Surgery. This is for like. Okay, this is for Dark Worm and stuff. When this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent, you can add one Supreme King Dragon monster, Supreme King Gate 0 monster, or Soul of the Supreme King from your deck to your hand. Once per turn during the standby phase, activate this effect. Each player can banish one spell from their deck. Once per turn, when a monster declares an attack, activate this effect. The attacked player can apply this effect. Add one of your banished spells to your hand and discard it. And if you do, negate the attack. Okay, sure. What up? I don't know how to pronounce these names, bro. TXYU. What do you do? What do you look for when you trying to build a deck? So when you start building a deck, you first have to think of the concept, right? The idea of what you want to fulfill, right? Let's say you want to bring out this boss monster, so then you have to look at all the cards that facilitate that monster, right? And what happens most of the time is that you're only exposed to what's the most prevalent, whether it be top tier or whatever has significant relevancy, which completely disregards all the potential cards that you might not know of. And that's what we're trying to do here. We're trying to make sure that we don't miss out on cards that might have potential or have some viability with the cards that we're trying to implement them with, right? So that's the first and foremost. To figure out the concept of what you're trying to do, and then consider the fact of what those cards do individually and what they facilitate, right? Because sometimes you're gonna get to a point where you want to have the sitting so high that you compromise consistency, right? So like for example for us, we play Mermer, right? Like that's an inconsistency, but the payoff justifies its inclusion. So that fundamentally, that's basically where you start. You start with a concept, start with an idea, and then eventually expand on it, while having as much synergy as possible. Which is why the most efficient way to build top decks, or if you over the past few years when you play like a non-archetype based deck, is they condense the core engine, and then you just have a bunch of like interactions, right? That's basically been the recipe or the formula for the most recent decks, unless it's like stuff like tier where they don't really need that much non-engine, and the deck itself has enough non-engine to interact with you, which is like why it was so insane. It all flowed with each other. Another example is MathMech. MathMech is like, it's very condensed. You don't really need much to it's just a bunch of hand traps, and then you just need to access circular. And then you just, at worst, you climb into Heat Soul, right? That's like the secondary. So primary, setting up Factorial, setting up that stuff, trying to off of Heat Soul. But if that doesn't happen, then you can just, at the very least, go on Heat Soul with a bunch of hand traps, draw 2, and then try to do it the following turn. So that's basically it. Just find the concept that you want to build your deck around, and then start looking into all the other cards that can facilitate that concept or that idea. Especially when you're playing a rogue deck, or you're trying to build a non-meta deck. Okay, what's this? Special 1 level 4 lower fairy spell cost. Wait, what the hell? Oh, okay. Yeah, anticipating, right? Reading, assuming you know the effect is where I went wrong. Special summon one level 4 or lower fairy, spellcaster, winged beast, or beast warrior monster from your hand. And if you do, equip it with this card, then you can return all dragon monsters on the field to the hand. During the end phase, if this card is in the graveyard because it was sent there from the spell and trap card zone, this turn will face up. You can add one polymerization spell, fusion spell, or fusion parasite from your deck to your hand. You can only use each effect. Wait, what? So this lets you special summon a fairy, spellcaster, winged beast, or beast warrior from your hand. And if you do, equip this card. Then you can return all dragon monsters on the field to the hand. During the end phase, if this card is in the graveyard because it was... Oh, okay. I was thinking something of being returned to hand. I just read it wrong. Bro, global, that would have been so cool. I was already gonna come out with the combo with global with Necro Synchron. Okay, battle royal mode joining. Activate this card by targeting one effect monster on the field. The first 2 times that monster would be destroyed by battle each turn, it is not destroyed. When it is destroyed by battle, the player that destroyed it gains 2,000 attack. If the turn player's opponent takes battle or effect damage, activate this effect. That opponent can apply the following effects. Special summon one level 4 lower monster from your hand or deck, but lose 2,000 life points. Interesting. Oh, this is what is... Yeah, this is the stupid... Oh, this card is... Oh, this card's so dumb. This card's so dumb. They're just like, why, bro? Why? This card's so dumb. No good. Firewall. Yeah, we know this one. Angel of Blue Tears. Target one face-up monster on the field. Its controller's opponent takes damage equal to the number of cards in their hand times 200. Then negate that target's effects until the end of this turn. If effect damage is inflicted except during damage step, you can banish this card from your graveyard and set one normal trap directly from your hand or deck. It's if set from the hand, it can be activated this turn. You can... Okay, interesting. So burn deck. Yeah, bro. Forge a new future. Once per chain, level 4. I mean, if a link 4 monster is link summoned, you can place 1 counter on this card, max 3. Then you can apply the following effects based on the number of counters on it. 1, declare 1 card name, and if you do, the activated effects and effects on the field of cards with that original name are negated this turn. Interesting. 2, special summon 1 level 4 or lower monster from your graveyard. Okay. Send this card to the graveyard, and if you do, special summon 1 link 4 monster from your extra deck. You can only activate 1 Forge New Future per turn. It seems like it's quite a task to fulfill this card, but like, it does so many things. Okay, we're aware of these. Collude. Okay, yeah. Reprints. Yeah, these are reprints. Yeah. Chaos Form. Yeah, they're reprints. That was Maze of Memories, right? Yeah, Maze of Memories, Invasion of Chaos, Anniversary Edition. Okay, so we don't need to go through these. Pharaoh Servants, Invasion of Chaos. Oh, we're done with this. Yeah, we don't. These are just reprints. We don't need to go through these. That's nice. Yeah, okay. We don't need to do these. That's fine. Wait, was there any other cards released apart from the reprints from these sets? There's no like new cards, right? They're just all reprints, right? Pretty sure. Right. Cool. Okay, we're almost done. Nice. What time is it? Oh, bro, we're almost done. Yeah. What is this? What the hell is this, bro? Cyberstorm Access. Okay, dude, we're almost done, bro. Thank you guys for joining me, dude. The struggle of reading all these cards, bro. I did some of them alone. I was kind of lonely, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, fudge. I'm enduring this hell just by myself. No. Numbers Avail. If your opponent controls a monster special okay, numbers. Oh, this is the one that was the 1 card full combo for what's his face. I like this card. This card's cool. Did this lock you? They do, right? If this card is sent to the graveyard, yeah, so it needs to be for a link material. Firewall Phantom. If this card is sent to the graveyard as a material, the other needs to be. Hang on, but we play Salad here, so let me read these cards. If this card is sent to the graveyard as a material for a link summon of a Cyber's monster, you can special summon one Firewall monster from your deck, except Firewall Defender. You cannot special summon monster for this the turn. You cannot special summon monsters the turn you activate this effect, except Cyber's monsters. If a Firewall monster you control would be destroyed by a card effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard instead. Okay, that's cool. It's level 5. Wait, can I summon this as well? If this card is sent to the graveyard as a material for a linked summon of a Cyber's monster, you can add one Signet spell trap from your deck to your hand. Then discard one card. You can banish this card from your graveyard during the end phase of this turn. Shuffle one Cyber's monster from your graveyard into your deck, and you only that's cool. This adds. See, like, yeah, it's frailed. Yeah. Okay, we know what super heavy do. We know what these do. The Bystial Luber, we know what that one does. I know the Ice Shade card. This card, yeah, because once again, I was looking over these cards, and them, a deck themselves, not great. But when you utilize them as just non-tuner engine, like it's not the worst. Is the latency behind or something? I'm confused. This card's name become Ice Shade Sino Enuine Cradle. While equipped with an equipped card, you can discard one other Ice Shade card or water monster special summon this card. What? Oh, this is what the deck needed as well. You can discard one other Ice Shades. Oh, no, they already have that. Well, you can discard one other Ice Shade card or water monster, special summon this card from your hand. Then you can special summon one Ice Shade token, water. While that token is in the main monsters in the monster zone, the player who summoned it cannot special summon monster from next to except water monsters. Yeah, this card's cool. Okay, yeah, that goes well with the deck itself. Not to facilitate they themselves, but like to aid any others like generic synchro deck, because you just climb into like there's some decent water synchros that you can go into just to get out of this lock. Vanadium. During the main phase, if this card is in your hand, quick effect, you can target one Vanadium monster you control or one monster you control with 1500 attack, 21 defense, destroy, and if you do special summon this card, if this card is no more special summon, you can add one Vanadium card from your deck to your hand. Okay. Bro, I'm hoping, bro. Don't say it, bro. Because it might just happen. It might just happen. Oh my god, no way. We're so far so good, bro. Okay, if you control a Starfast or a monster with 1500 attack, 21 defense, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can special summon this card from your hand. You can only special summon Fearless once per turn this way. If this card is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon one Vanadium Fearless from your deck. Also, during the battle phase, this turn, synchro monster you control gain 500 attack. Okay. Level 2. If you control a Visa Starfrost or a monster with 1500 attack defense, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only special summon Vanadium Meek once per turn this way. If this card is destroyed by battle card effect, special summon one Vanadium Meek from your deck. You can wait. So you summon it. They just replenish. They just summon themselves. What the hell? Okay. Dreaming. Okay. Once per turn during your main phase, you can place one. Oh, this is archetype based. I always get driven away from like archetype based things like this. Like I prefer like generic things. They're not, you know. And if you do add this card to you, okay, kind of, yeah. Let's pass that. Wait, is this it? This is the archetype. Oh, they're together then. Okay, that's fair. Cannot be no more summoned set. Must be special summoned from your face-up extra deck by having no cards in your extra deck except. What the hell, bro? So you have. So you can't have anything in your extra deck. You can only special summon Dreaming this once per turn. If this card is special summoned for every three of your faces down banished cards, you can banish up to one card from your opponent's field and or graveyard. Face down. Then this deck is weird. So you can't have any extra deck cards, basically. If you have a face-up Pendulum monster in your extra deck, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only special summon them once per turn this way. If you have Streaming Nemalaria face-up in your extra deck, quick effect, you can banish one face-down card from your. You can banish one face-down card from your extra deck face down. What? You can banish one face down card from your extra deck face down. What the hell does that make any sense? I guess, but like, how do you get the face down extra deck? Wait, I'm confused. This says you can't by having no cards in your extra deck. Am I missing something here? Like, you can't have any extra deck cards. So I mean, not even face down. Like, not even, I don't know, bro. What the hell? That's wild. Okay. If you have a face-up Pendulum monster in your extra deck, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only special summon once per turn this way. When your opponent activates a card or effect that targets Nemalaria cards you control while you have a Dreaming Nemalaria face up and extra. You can banish one face down card from your extra deck, face down, negate activation. Interesting. I mean, I guess. I think I would have to actually play it to fully understand that concept, but the whole design. Purrely Mekanko. If this card is not equipped with an equipped card, you take no battle damage from battles involving this card. If this card is equipped with an equipped card, it cannot be destroyed by battle, and your opponent takes any battle damage you would have taken from the battles involving this card. While you control an equipped card, your opponent cannot target mechanical cards you control with card effects. That's good. What the hell? If either player equips an equipped cards to this card, you can add one mechanical trap from your deck to your hand. You can also use this effective. That's cool. That's cool. You can't target them. That's nice. Oh, and there's the new Teller Knight stuff, right? Yeah. Infinite Road Roller. If an Earth Machine monster is tributed or banished face down or banished face up, you can special summon this card from your graveyard. If it was there when the monster was tributed or banished, or hand if not. But banishing when it leaves the field, you can only use this effective Infinite Road Roller once per turn. An XYZ monster whose original type is machine and has this card. Okay. Interesting. Amazement, Abomination. If you control an Amazement monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. Then you can add one Amazement Family Faces from your deck or graveyard to your hand during your opponent's turn. Quick effect: you can target one other effect monster on the field.
That's not good.
Can you hear me now? I'm muted now. Cool. That was weird.
That's not good.
So whack. That's so whack, man. It's horrible. Why the hell? I gotta figure out why the hell's how that's happening. Bro, what the hell? There's no way. That's crazy. Yeah. As well. Yeah, we're almost done, bro. We're almost done. Let's get this. Let's just get through this. Level 11 Warrior Spirit. Cannot be special member. You contribute this card by attributing when a monster set. Okay, so you just tribute a normal monster set or face up. If this card is normal summon or flip face up, active this effect. Your opponent can send any number of cards from their field to the graveyard. Then each player draws the same number of cards as were sent to the graveyard. But this effects during the end phase of the turn, this effect was activated. Shuffle all cards into the deck from the field to the graveyard, from the field to graveyards, and that are banished once per turn. This is kind of like Necroface in a way. No, what's the other card? It's that Cyber Dragon machine guy. Full active duplex cybers. Link monster you control can make up to 2 attacks on monsters during each battle phase. You can only use each of the following effects of full active duplex once per turn. You can banish 2 link monsters from graveyard. Special when this card from your hand. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target one cyber's monster you control. It gets 1,000. Okay, harvest. During your main phase, you can destroy this card, and if you do, add 1 Black Horn of Heaven. What the hell? From your deck to your hand. You can only use this effect of Harvest Angel of Doom once per turn. If this card is normal Pendulum Summon, you can add 1 Horn of Heaven from your deck to your hand. If this card is distributed, you can place this card in your Pendulum Zone. You can only... Wait, what? Does that mean that works with this one? If this card is normal a Pendulum Summon, you can add 1 Horn of Heaven from your deck to your hand. If this card is distributed, you can place this card in your Pendulum Zone. You can only use each of the following. Okay. Oh, okay. Interesting. So this basically becomes tribute fodder, and then it's get you a horn once it's tributed. Specifically tributed. That's pretty crazy. Yeah, counter fire support. Sakitama. Okay, this is the one that recently came out. Cannot be special summoned once per turn during the end phase. If this card was normal summoned or flip face up, this turn return this card to the hand. You can only use each of the following effects of Sakitama once per turn. You can reveal this card in your hand and immediately after the effect resolves. Normal summon 1 spirit monster from your hand. If this card is distributed, target 1 spirit monster you guard at your hand. Yeah, so this basically summoned itself. Offensive monsters on the field become fire. If your opponent has a fire monster on their field or in their graveyard, while this card is in your graveyard, you can special summon this card. Oh, that's pretty cool. So that means you make everything fire. You synchro it away, or you link it away, and you just revive it. That's pretty funny. Interesting. We know what that one does. Pendulum moon. During your main phase, you can add one face-up pendulum monster from your extra deck to your hand, then destroy this card. You can only use this effect of Pendulum Moon once per turn. During your main phase, you can add up to 2 face-up pendulum monsters from your extra deck to your hand, with levels between pendulum scales of 2 cards in your pendulum zones. Also, for the rest of this turn, until you pendulum summon, you cannot activate monster effects, and the effects of any cards in your pendulum zones are negated. Oh, it's just like beyond the pendulum. You have to pendulum summon before you activate any effects. Wannabe is a bunny ear enthusiast, level 1 beast warrior. Once per chain, when a monster on the field except bunny ear enthusiast activates effect, you can place one bunny ear counter on it, and it cannot be destroyed by battle as long as it has a counter. Once per turn, quick effect, you can target one monster with bunny counter, banish both it and this card into the stamina phase. Okay, interesting. Cyber Sage. You can ritual summon this card with Sign It Ritual. During your main phase, you can fusion summon one fusion monster from your extra deck by banishing materials mentioning on it from your field or graveyard, including Cyber's monsters. If this card is sent to the graveyard as a synchro material, you can target one Cyber's monster or one ritual spell and your graveyard add it to your hand. Interesting. Let me just read this again. What the hell? You can ritual summon this card with a Sign It Ritual. During your main phase, you can fusion summon one fusion monster from your extra deck by banishing materials mentioned on it from your field or graveyard, including Cyber's monster. If this card is sent to the graveyard as a synchro material, why specifically synchro material? Interesting. Okay, Albion. Oh, this is a. We know this. Super heavy. Yeah. Yeah, we know this. Super heavy samurai. Come on, bro. There we go. Dispatter, we know this. This one as well. Chaos Angel, this got released. Yeah, okay, so we know, what's this one do? Target one of your banished Cyber's monsters, special minute during your main phase. What? Target one of your banished Cyber's monsters, special minute during your main phase. If your life points are 2,000 or less, you can banish this card from your graveyard and target 2 of your banished Cyber's monsters, add them to your hand. This card's interesting for sure. Yeah. For sure. Because this stops this deals with the Mirror Jade banish. Or like if they, yeah. Because that's what Cyber's deck struggle with. Source of punishment. Tribute Roar, Frontier, Cassira, we know these. Peaceful Planets. Dream Tower. Okay. Purely Mechanical. Okay, Mechanical. The Kutter monster cannot be destroyed with card effects. That they all have that. You can only use each of the following effects of Mechanical Dance. Maya Shidon once per turn. At the end of the damage step, if your mechanical monster battled, you can target one card on the field, return to the hand. If this card is in your graveyard, you can target one mechanical monster in your graveyard. Special, and if you do, that's pretty cool. This card's cool. Libromancer. So basically, because they all have protection from destruction and battle as well. You shouldn't bounce it, and that's pretty cool. Libromancer origin story. What the hell, bro? When this card is activated, you can set one Libromancer spell trap directly from your deck, except Libromancer origin story. Libromancer ritual monsters you control gain attack equal to their own level times 100. If a ritual monster is ritual summoned to your field, except during the damage step, you can target one spell trap your opponent controls, destroy it. You can only use this effect of Libromancer origin story once per turn. Okay. Continue spell. Cool. Self-record. Okay, sous ship stuff. Time tearing. Is there a difference between having 3, 2, or 1 copies of a card? Yeah, it's very dependent on what it's utilized for, right? Like if it's something that's quite essential to your concept or to your idea or to your combo, you're gonna most likely want to see it as often as possible, so you max it out. And then when you start considering copies of 2, then you think to yourself, okay, well, what do I need it for? Is it just to see it more often? If that's the case, then you can probably play 2. You know what I mean? Because like you don't necessarily need to see it, but you just want to see it, and it's part of your combo or part of your attrition, right? So like let's say, you would view them differently if it's a combo deck or if it's a control deck or an attrition deck, because if it's a combo deck, you just need it. You just require it to facilitate a particular purpose, but after that, you don't really have a need for it, so there's no need to play more copies of that card. But if it's like an attrition-based deck and it's like a grindy deck, then you view it differently, because you're going to want to have that be facilitating another card that's essential. You know what I mean? So it'll vary. And then one-ofs is cards you don't really want to see. You do not want to see it, so you can search it. You know what I mean? So there's ways to it. So that's where it's different. The trap would have to be, it would have to be really good. Like really good. But yeah, I don't know. What does this do? For the rest of this duel, apply the following effects. You cannot activate monster effects in the hand. Oh, I remember this card. Draw 2 cards instead of 1 for your normal draw during your draw phase. That's pretty cool. You can conduct 2 normal summon sets per turn, not just 1. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then discard 1 time to Morganite. Your opponent cannot activate monster effects when you normal summon this turn. Wait, what? I'm confused about this. For the rest of this duel, apply the following effects. You cannot activate monster effects in the hand, okay. Draw 2 cards instead of 1 for your normal draw during your draw phase, okay. You can conduct 2 normal summons this set per turn, not just 1. How is this not good? It doesn't give you like an initial payoff, but it's like interesting. This card is interesting. What the hell? Pig Arm versus Pen Peg. Target one face-up monster on the field. If that monster's attack, defense, or level is higher than its original value, it becomes its original value. Then pay life points in multiples of 100, minimum 100, max 1,000 during your main phase. If both players have the same life points and this card is in your graveyard, you can set this card. What the hell? Sign It Circuit. Target one firewall link monster you control. Special summon any number of monsters from your graveyard to either player's zones linked to that monster. If your life points are... Why is it always less than 2,000? Like, why does it have to... Like Heat Soul has the same thing as well. If your life points are lower than 2,000, you can special summon a Code Talker. You can banish this card. Is it like a reference to the anime or something? You can banish this card from your graveyard. Return one firewall link monster from your graveyard to your extra deck. Then you can special summon that monster from your extra deck. You can only use these. What the hell is up with this? You can banish this card from your graveyard. Return one firewall link monster from your graveyard to the extra deck. Then you can special summon that monster from your extra deck. So you just put it back to summon it back. The heck? Brightest Brazen Branded King. Choose one freezing monster you control that mentions Fallen Babats. The material negate the effects of all monsters, all other face-up monsters currently on the field until the end of this turn. During the end phase, if a face-up monster was sent to your graveyard this turn, you can add this card. That's pretty crazy. That's what. Oh, this one. I like this card. This is insane against super heavy. It's just insane. Everything is banished, and they can synchro during their turn. Was pretty good. Manedium break card. Target one tuner or one synchro monster in your graveyard. Wait. Target one tuner or one synchro monster in your graveyard. Special minute. Then if you special minute light monster, you can destroy a monster your opponent controls with attack less than the or equal to the special minute monsters. If Visa, Starfrost, or monsters with 1500 attack, 21 defense, you control would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard instead. So it's the Balinks. That's target one tuner or one synchro monster in your graveyard. Special summon it. Then if you special summon a light monster, you can destroy one monster your opponent controls with less attack. So this is cool. Because yeah, this summons back any of your boss monsters and it pops. This is interesting. Manedium Reframing. When a spell, trap card, or a monster effect is activated while you control synchro monster, negate the activation. Then if you have a Visa Starfrost or a monster with 1500 attack, 21 defense on your field or on your graveyard, you can destroy that negated card. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target up to 3 Manedium monsters in your graveyard, shuffle them into the deck. You can only use each of the... Okay. Shattered Colorless Realm. If a Vicious Astrolaud is on the field, target one card on the field, destroy it. Then if the destroyed card original name was Vicious Astrolaud, you can special one of your banished Vicious Starfrost. Or if it was not, you can make a Vicious... Okay. Reinforce. This is a Rescue Ace, yeah. This card is always treated as a Rescue Ace card. Hang on, let me write this one down. What's this? Break card. Reinforce the Rescue Ace card. Target Rescue Ace monster you control. For the rest of this turn, that monster you control gains 1500 attack. Is not affected by your opponent's monster effects. And the next time it would be destroyed by battle, it is not destroyed. You can banish this card from your graveyard and target one Rescue Ace spell. Trap card. Set that card. You can only use this effect of Reinforce once per turn. Okay. Dynamorphia, Fusion Duplication. Target one fusion or polymerization monster. Target one fusion or one polymerization or quickly spell in either player's graveyard. Banish that spell, then apply the effects. Then apply spell effects when that card is activated. Okay. Trap tracks. Target one monster you control, destroy, and if you do, set one normal trap directly from your deck. Except trap tracks, it can be activated this turn. You can only activate one trap card for the rest of this turn. After this card resolves, you can only. Isn't this just trap tricks? Except target one monster you control, destroy. Oh no, destroys your own card. Interesting. Double hooking. Activate by discarding one card. Then target up to 2 monsters in your graveyard. Special summon them. When any of those monsters leave the field, destroy this card. When this card leaves the field, destroy those cards. You can only activate one double hooking. Wait, what? Activate by discarding one card. Then target up to 2 monsters in your graveyard. Special summon them. What the? How is this not good? What the? I mean, I understand why, but like, that's insane. Activate by discarding one card. So it's 2 for 2, but the two cards you discard might, you wouldn't mind discarding if you get cards you want. That's crazy. Special summon them. Special summon them. When any of those monsters leave the field, destroy this card. When this card leaves the field, destroy those cards. That's crazy. Double hooking. This seems interesting. It might be disregarded because it's slow, but I don't know. I'm already thinking of things with this already. The hell. Excavate the top 5 cards of your opponent's deck, or as many as possible. Choose one excavated card and declare a number of multiple of 100. Minimum 100, max 3,000. Your opponent can choose to gain life points equal to the declared number. If they gain life points, you choose that amount of life points, and if you do, add the chosen card to your hand. Also, place the rest on top of the deck in the same order. If they did not, place the excavated cards on the top of the deck in the same order. Wait, okay. Excavate the top 5 cards of your opponent's deck, okay? Or as many as possible, okay? Choose one excavated card and declare a number in multiples of 100. Minimum 100, max 3,000. Your opponent can choose to gain life points equal to the declared number. If they gain life points, you choose that amount of life points, and if you do, add the chosen card to your hand. So it's like a pot of prosperity, but for their deck. Weird. What the hell, bro? That is interesting. What the hell, bro? I mean, I guess you can... Yeah, but it's slow as hell, though. Knight the Comet General. That's a level 1. If you pendulum summon monsters, place this card on either of the top of your... If you pendulum summon a monsters, place this card on either top or bottom of the deck. When you draw this card, you can reveal it during your main phase. This turn, you can conduct one pendulum summon of monsters from your hand in addition to your pendulum summon. That's neat. You get 2 pendulum summons. That's pretty cool. Golden Club Malong. Okay. If this card is special summon, you can increase or decrease this level by 1. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target one face-up card your opponent controls. Return to the hand. Okay, that's pretty cool. Yeah, this is another good level 6. Malong. Bro. What are you saying, Fallen, bro? You can detach one material from this card, then target one level 5 monster in either graveyard, special summon it to either field. If a face-up level 5 monster you control is destroyed by battle or leaves the field by an opponent's card effect while you control this monster, you can add to your hand or special summon one level 5 monster from your deck. You can only use each of the this card doesn't seem bad. I mean, it's very deck specific, but it seems like it's good. Pendulum Pendant. Banish 5 face-up pendulum monsters from your extra deck. Place 1 pendulum monster from your deck or face-up extra deck in your pendulum zone. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one card in any pendulum zone. Reduces pendulum scale by one, minimum 0. You can only ask. Okay, that's pretty cool. How did I get here? Oh my goodness. If a monster you control is destroyed by your opponent's attack or card effect, place face-up in your field. Blah 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 blah. If a monster you control is destroyed by your opponent's attack or card effect, place face up in your field zone one field spell from your deck. So it's like a bad terraforming with a different name than the cards in the field zones. Then reveal 5 monsters from your deck that can be special summoned with different names from each other. Your opponent randomly picks one for you to special summon. Also shuffle the... Wait. This is different. Okay, now hang on. This is like a... What the hell? Let me read this again. If a monster you control is destroyed by your opponent's attack or card effect, okay? Place face up in your field zone one field spell from your deck with a different name than the cards in the field zones. Wait, does that mean that they have to have one? They have to have a field spell to do it, or can they just not have one? Then reveal 5 monsters from the extra deck that can be special summoned with different names from each other. That's pretty crazy, though. The fact that you can summon a monster as well. Reveal 5 monsters from your deck that can be special summoned with different names from each other. Your opponent randomly picks one. That's crazy. Oh, we know this one. Gold Pride. Level 2. You contribute this card, special summon 2 dragon tokens, dragon earth, level 1/0/0. Also, you cannot special summon from the extra deck for the rest of the turn except level 5 hard dragon monsters. Okay. Thy lore is deepening, bro. Well, it's when this card is normal summoned, you can activate the top 3 cards of your deck, and if you do, you can banish 1 activated monster to add 1 monster with its same name to your hand from either your deck or the other activated cards. Also, wait. Is this kind of like this? This gives me like Small World vibes. When this card is normal summoned, you can excavate the top 3 cards of your deck, and if you do, you can banish 1 excavated monster to add 1 monster with its same name to your hand from either your deck or the other excavated cards. Also, shuffle the rest into the deck. Once per turn during the end phase, if this card is in your graveyard because it was sent there this turn after being normal summoned set, you can excavate the top 3 cards of your deck, and if you do, place them on the bottom of your... Okay. Interesting. It's kind of like a... Not really a small world, but like... Yeah, this seems like it can be good. Right? I mean, consistency wise. Okay. If you control a face-up card in your spell and trap card zone, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only special summon June once per turn this way. Gain 600 attack for each face-up spell trap on the field. You can send 2 face-up cards from your spell and trap card zone to the graveyard. Send 1 level 4 lower monster from your deck to the graveyard. Interesting. Kitty Tail. Level 2. It's a level 2. If this card is normal or special summon, you can target 1 beast, warrior, winged beast, insect, or plant monster in your graveyard. Send 1 monster from your deck to the graveyard with the same original type as that monster. If this card is in its owner's possession is destroyed by an opponent's card, you can add 1 beast, warrior, winged beast, insect, or plant monster from your deck to your hand. Except kitty, you can only use... Interesting. Okay. What's this? You can detach 1 material from this card and target 1 normal trap in your graveyard. Place it on the bottom of your deck, then draw 1 card. If a normal trap card is activated, except your damage step, you can detach 1 material from this card from an XYZ monster you control. And if you do, special 1 level 4 or 1 level 4 monster from your hand. This card's interesting. Reincarnation of a 7th Emperors during damage escalation. If a number card. Tribute all XYZ monster you control, then target 1 banish. Okay, number card. Visa Star Press, we know what that is. And finally, we are caught up. We caught up. We're up. What up, Tito? This is the newest set so far. Alright, so we started off in 2017, bro. Oh my god. And now we're here. We're finishing art on time as well. Okay, so we know what this one does. This card is insane with the new spell. The Xeno, what's the spell? This card, Ground Xeno. This adds this. You pop the baby and then you pop off. Like it's just crazy. Now we have some insights. We have some more insight on newer cards. Oh, not newer cards, but cards that I should have known years ago, but you know, I just had no interest. That's pretty cool though. This is so cool. Yeah. So okay, if a card is destroyed by a battle or card effect, you can special summon this card from your hand. During your main phase, you can destroy 1 dinosaur monster in your hand or field, then special summon 1 dinosaur monster from your hand or deck. This card's insane, man. This card is so busted with dinos. Like, you just pop all the babies. Yeah. We're on Master Duel now for sure. And I want to test out the deck as well. Cause yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. Well, I'll show you guys tomorrow. But yeah, if you, yeah, it's pretty crazy. Transcendent. What is it? Do people don't play this one, do they? Wait, hang on. Okay, never mind. Cannot be normal summoned or set. Must be special summoned by card effect during your opponent's turn. Quick effect, you can destroy 2 other dinosaur monsters in your hand and or field, and if you do, special summon this card from your hand. If this card is special summoned, you can send 1 dinosaur monster from your deck to the graveyard. If this card is destroyed, you can shuffle 1 normal monster from your graveyard into the deck. Then you can special summon this card. You can only use... I mean... It's basically like litho. You need litho for that. What is this? 1 tuner worm, non-tuner monsters. It's a double 12, bro. Cannot be destroyed by battle. Dinosaur monsters you control that were special summoned from the graveyard cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. Also, your opponent cannot target them with card effects. If this card is destroyed, you can shuffle 1 normal monster from your graveyard into the deck. Then you can special summon this card. Okay. I guess. Transcendentosaurus Drilliganthus. 2 level 6 monsters. You can make it with Bystials. While this card has no materials, if it battles a monster, any battle damage it inflicts to your opponent is doubled. You can only use each of the following effects of Transcendentosaurus once per turn. You can detach 1 material from this card, then target one of your banished dinosaur monsters, special summon it. If this card is destroyed, you can shuffle 1 normal monster from your graveyard into the deck, then you can special summon this card. This card's wild. Getting back your misc is pretty cool. I'm confused on how you make it though. How do you make this guy? Super Roaring. Target 1 dinosaur monster that is banished or in the graveyard. Special summon it to your field. You can only activate. It's a reborn for dinos. If it had another grave effect, that'd be cool. Frostosaurus. This card is expensive now, right? The ulti? The ulti is expensive. Conductor. We know this. Then Vanquished Soul. Oh, this is Vanquished Souls. Okay, this got 2nd place at the Italian Nats. What does it even do? If this card is normal or special summoned, you can add 1 non-warrior Vanquished Soul monster from your deck to your hand. Quick effect. You can activate one of these effects by revealing monsters in your hand with the listed attributes. Okay, so if you reveal a fire, this card can attack... This card cannot be destroyed by card effects this turn. Okay, if you reveal a fire and a dark, destroy all their monsters in this card's column. I'm confused as to why they have fire and dark. Have you read Misc? That's crazy. So these are like reveal effects, right? If you control no monsters in your main monster zone, you can special summon this card from your hand. Quick effect. You can activate one of these effects by revealing monsters in your hand with the listed attributes. So yeah, that's what I'm confused though. Like, why did you have to reveal? What didn't it just say like in sequence? So they all just reveal. This card cannot be destroyed by battle this turn. Destroy all spells and traps in this card's column. Wild. So this is revealed. During the main phase, quick effect, you can target 1 non-machine Vanquished Soul monster you control, returns to the hand, and if you do, special summon this card from your hand. Quick effect, you can activate one of these effects by revealing monsters in your hand with the listed attributes. Okay, so yeah, so they all reveal. That's pretty cool. Dark, draw 1 card. That's nice. Earth and Fire. Inflict 50 damage to your opponent. This is good in time. What the hell? If this card is normal or special summoned, you can... I think this is going to be one of those inevitable type of decks where like you have to draw something specifically, and like they're going to be aware of what you're playing. So playing against it won't be as difficult, it seems, because you know what to expect, right? Depending on what you reveal. Yeah, hand traps, revealing hand traps is nice as well. Okay, if this card is normal or special summon, you can add 1 Vanquished Soul spell trap from your deck to your hand. You can reactivate one of these effects by revealing monsters in your hand. Okay, so dark, your opponent controls lose 500. Okay, Dark and Earth. Return the one monster with the lowest defense on the field to the hand, their choice. If tied, okay, Vanquished Soul. During your opponent's turn, if you control no monsters or only Vanquished Soul monsters, you can in your main monster zone. Quick effect, you can special summon discard from your hand. Quick effect, you can activate one of these effects by revealing monsters in your hand with a listed attributes. Okay. Fire, this card gains 3,000 defense. Okay. The 0/0. Okay. This is the zombie. Dark and Earth. This card gains 3,000 attack. Okay. I mean, I guess. I mean, I'm assuming just for a beater, and then it's just the body as well. Vanquished Soul Caesar Velius. Level 8 dragon. It's a dragon. During the main phase, quick effect, you can target one non-dragon Vanquished Soul monster you control, return to the hand, and if you do, special summon this card from your hand. Quick effect, you can activate one of these effects by revealing monsters in your hand with the listed attributes. Okay. Earth. This face-up card isn't affected by your opponent's activated effects this turn. Earth, Fire, and Dark. Destroy one other card on the field. Okay. That's okay. It's pretty cool, I guess. Because they're all different types, right? Earth, Fire. Yeah, they're all different types. Rock of the Vanquished. Okay. One Vanquished Soul monster cannot be used as link material while you control a Vanquished Soul monster. Your opponent's monsters can only target monsters you control with the highest attack, their choice, if they tied. For attacks during the main phase, quick effect, you can activate one of these effects. Special summon one Vanquished Soul monster from your hand. Add one Vanquished Soul monster from your graveyard to your hand. Okay, that's pretty cool. Interesting deck, I think. Reveal, reveal, reveal. Oh, Mellow. Well, I mean, first off, I didn't go last week, and I'm not gonna go this weekend because they're using the old ban list, and you know, I just I don't want to play old ban list, and yeah. Yeah, I mean, maybe I could do that again. You know, I'll see what I can do. It's just that like. It was a bit distracting, you know, because like I wouldn't be able to play optimally, you know, like it's just I wouldn't be able to focus as much. Stake your soul. Review one monster in your hand. Special summon one Vanquished Soul monster with the same attribute but different name from your deck, but return to the hand during end phase. Okay, I'm assuming this is good. Vanquished Soul Dust Devil. Target one Vanquished Soul monster you control, change its battle position, and then you can change face-up monsters your opponent controls to face-down position, defense position. Oh, this is this is the one that the guy used in top 4, or not top 4, top 8. He booked the Sprite players for hire stuff. Yeah, crazy. Vanquished Soul, so it's like a Book of Moon kind of. Yeah, kind of like Book of Lunar Eclipse in a way. Pay 500 life points, then target one Vanquished Soul monster in your graveyard. Either add it to your hand or special summon it in defense position. You can only activate one. So this is pretty cool as well. Yeah, interesting. Vanquished Soul Trinity Burst. Target one Vanquished Soul monster you control. Special summon up to 2 Vanquished Soul monsters from your hand with different names from each other. Neither of which has the same original attribute as the targeted monsters, but negate their effects and return them to the hand during end phase. Okay, I mean, you want them in your hand anyways, I guess. Then you can return to the hand all cards your opponent controls that are in the same column. Oh, okay, I was about to say, okay, that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, but I'm not sure if it, maybe as a one of, maybe. But like, I'm not sure if this is a conservative deck, though. Is this like a combo deck? It doesn't seem like a combo deck. Because like you have these cards that just book, these cards just pop. Crazy. Yeah, so you have a pop. You add back and you pop, and you add them back to your hand. That's pretty cool. Vanquished Soul Calamity Caesar. When an opponent's spell, trap card, or monster effect is activated, that target cards you control while you control a Vanquished Soul monster, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy. Wait. When an opponent's spell, trap card, or monster effect is activated that targets a card you control while you control a Vanquished Soul monster, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that card. Then you can inflict damage to your opponent equal to the attack of one Vanquished Soul monster you control. Okay. Targeting. Targeting. Yeah. Nice, Quasar, bro. Nice. Tank. We know what Tanky does. What the hell is this? You can reach or summon this card with a recipe card. If this card is special summon, you can excavate the top 5 cards of your deck, and if you do, you can add one excavated Nouvelles card to your hand. Also, shuffle the rest into the deck. When a card or effect is activated that targets this card on the field, or when this card is targeted for an attack, quick effect. You can contribute this card and one attack position monster on the field, and if you do, special one level 2 or 3 Nouvelles ritual monster from your hand or deck. Okay. I mean, these guys look cool. 2. You can ritual summon this card with recipe card. If this card is a special summon, you can target one spell trap on the field, destroy it. When a card or effect is activated that targets this card on the field, or when this card is targeted for an attack, you can contribute this card and one attack with a monster on the field. And if you do, special one level 3 or 4 Nouvelles ritual monster from your hand or deck. Okay, so they tag themselves out the moment they're targeted. It's like a whack-a-mole in a way, kind of. Level 3. You can ritual summon this card with the recipe, and if this card is special summon, you can draw one card. When a card or effect is activated that targets a monster on the field, or when a monster is targeted for an attack, you contribute. Yeah, they all have the same thing. In either special summon 1 level 4 or 5. Yeah, they just tag themselves out the moment they're targeted, or the moment somebody's targeted, you just tag it out. There's a lot of them. What the hell? You can ritual summon this card with a recipe, and if this card is special summon, you can target up to 3 cards in any graveyards. Shuffle them into the deck. When a card or effect is activated, targets monsters on the field, or when a monster is targeted for an attack, if you can contribute one Nouvelles monster you control and one attack monster on the field. Either field. Wait, is this either field? Holy crap! This pops their, this tributes their monster. This is crazy. What the heck? So you, what in the world? That's wild. And if you do special one level 5 or 6, no, this ritual monster. So they all climb into each other. Yeah, they go. This tributes theirs and itself. Summon this. This tributes itself. Summon this. This tributes itself. Summon this. Right. Yeah, they're just hopping with each other. You go, that's crazy. Yeah, so you just tribute this and their monster, summon this guy, etc., etc. What the hell is this? You can ritual summon this card with the recipe card. If this card is special summoned, you can add one Nouvelles or recipe card from your deck to your hand. You can target one attack percent monster your opponent controls, tribute it, and if you do, special one level 6 Nouvelles ritual monster from your hand or deck. This is a quick effect. If this card was special summoned by the effect of a Nouvelles monster, you can. Okay, that's wild. Okay, that's interesting. So this summons this one. That's crazy. What the heck, bro? Okay, yeah, it's because I mean, tributing their monster is always like a good thing. I mean, for build the board guys. Okay, so you can ritual summon. You can ritual summon this card with the recipe card. If this card is special summon, you can negate the effects of all face-up cards your opponent currently controls. What the hell? Until the end of this turn. Then, if this card was special summoned by the effect of a Nouvelles monster. You contribute as many monsters your opponent controls as possible. What the? This straight up cracks boards, bro. What the? You can target one attack position monster your opponent controls, tribute it, and if you do, special summon one hungry burger from your... One hungry burger? Oh my god, no way. That's funny. What is this, bro? Nouvelles restaurant at the table. When this card is activated, you can add one recipe card from your deck to or graveyard to your hand. Once per turn, you can place one ritual monster from your hand on top of on the bottom of the deck. Draw one card. Once per turn during when this card is activated, you can add one recipe card from your deck or graveyard to your hand. Once per turn, you can place one ritual monster from your hand on the bottom of your deck. Draw one card. Oh, okay, never mind. Once per turn during the end phase, you can target 2 cards in your graveyard, including recipe card. Place them on the bottom of your deck in any order, then draw one card. So it just draws you 2? This draws you 2 cards. That's wild. Yeah, that's crazy. So it adds a recipe, then you filter, you draw one, end phase, draw another card. Reveal 2 Nouvelles monsters with different names from your deck. Your opponent chooses one for you to add to your hand, and you shuffle the other 2 into your deck. Then you can add one of these cards from your deck or graveyard to your hand based on the monster type added to your hand by its effect. I just totally blanked out there. What I don't know what the hell I was reading. Reveal 2 Nouvelles monsters with different names from your deck. Your opponent chooses one for you to add to your hand, and if you shuffle the other into your deck, then you can add one of these cards from your deck or graveyard to your hand based on the monster type added to your hand by its effect. Okay, Beast Warrior. Fish recipe. Okay, Warrior. Meat recipe. You can add. Okay, so they do something. Okay. So basically, you reveal 2, you add 1, and then based on the one you added, you add the corresponding one. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so what does Fish Recipe even do? This card can be used to ritual summon any Nouvelles ritual monster. You must also tribute monsters from your hand or field whose total level is equal or exceed the level of ritual monsters you ritual summon. Then if you ritual summon Borrelias, I don't know what the hell is it, Purrely base. I don't know. Then you can apply the following effects: add one recipe ritual spell from your deck or graveyard to your hand, except fish recipe. But this card can be used to ritual summon any Nouvelles ritual monster. You must also tribute monsters from your hand. Okay. Then if you ritual summon okay, change all defense position monster you put controls to attack position. Okay, so this facilitates the whole gimmick of these guys, putting them to attack. Okay. You can target one ritual monster you control, special one Nouvelles token. Okay, this token's level becomes the same as that monster. You can send this face-up card from your spell and trap card zone to the graveyard, ritual summon one Nouvelles monster from your hand by tributing monsters from your hand or field whose total level is exactly equal to the level of the ritual monster. Okay. Chef's recipe. Oh, here's the hungry burger. When a spell trap card or a monster effect is activated while you control on Nouvelles ritual monster negate activation, then you can destroy that card if you control a monster that was special summoned by the effect of a Nouvelles monster. If you special summon a hungry burger, you can banish this card from your graveyard. Tribute as many monsters your opponent controls as possible. What the? Bro, this guy just eats everything. What the hell? This deck would be obnoxious to play against. You can already tell. This would be an obnoxious deck to play against. What up, Sasuke? What's up? Sorry I was late for the stream. No, you good. I just came back from regional, went X2 with pure synchro, man. Bro, you went X2. That's insane. Okay, that's how many rounds? Nice, Sasuke, bro. post your list on Wolfgrounds. Post your list on Wolfgrounds. Nick went undefeated at his last locals as well. He went 4-0 at his last locals with Pure as well. Pure Synchron. Hamburger recipe. This card is used to ritual summon a hungry burger. You must also tribute monsters from your hand or fields whose total level equals 6 or more. Bro, incantations. So, but yeah, we could like seen as Libromancer is a card that we can play as well. We can consider rituals because they don't conflict with Speeder, which is a good thing. So like having these just be able to summon themselves, you can reveal one ritual spell in your hand, special summon both this card from your hand and one incantation monster from your deck, except incantation candle. If this card is special summoned from the deck, you can add one ritual spell from your deck to your hand. You can only use see like utilizing these cards, like you know what I mean, like because the other ones summon these guys as well. Incantation. You can reveal one ritual monster in your hand, special summon both this card from your hand and one incantation monster from your deck, except incantation. So you can reveal, like you know what I mean, like stuff like that. This is interesting. You exploring these cards. This is level 6. It's a dark as well. If this card is special summoned from the deck, you can add one ritual monster from your deck to your hand. See, this can add Sarvis or something, or this can, you know what I mean, like stuff like this. Yeah, so I need to look into these. Now that I'm aware of all these other cards that I wasn't completely unaware about, like this makes a lot of sense. And you can play this as well. Bro, that was 10 rounds? Bro, oh my god, dude, that's insane. Put your list. Tag me in your list. That's insane. That's not that, dude. Great job, bro. Great job. What place did you come? Because that's a lot of rounds, bro. How many people were there? I mean, I don't really care about the people because it's what I count as the rounds. How many rounds were there? Because you can have like so many people, but like it's 10 rounds. That's still like speaks volumes. That's cool. That's so cool, bro. Yeah, because these can search Sarvis. These can search Sarvis and protect us from Imperm Veiler. And you have 2 bodies already that all you did was reveal. All you did was reveal at that point. You know what I mean? Okay, listen, dude. You can reveal one ritual monster in your hand, special summon both this card from your hand and one incantation monster from your deck, except incantation Pencil Plume. If this card is special summoned from the deck, you can target one ritual monster and add it to your hand. This can add back Sarvis after you used it. Pretty cool. You can only use one incantation. You can only use. Wait, hang on. You can't special summon from the extra deck. Never mind. I completely guys. You gotta read the whole card, bro. You gotta read the whole card. If this card is Never mind. Ignore that. You get something from the extra deck. That's kind of whack. Okay, Archosaur. Econ's insane. Pre-prep. That's it. We're done. We are done, bros. We're done. We read from year 2017 to freaking, oh my goodness, to 2023, bro. We caught up. Dude, Sasuke, bro. Great job, mate. Great job. Dude, that's insane. That's pretty crazy, bro. That's so cool. All right, so I was thinking we were gonna finish this before, so we can do some Master Duel, but we'll just have to do Master Duel tomorrow then. Yeah, we'll start Master Duel tomorrow, but today luckily we just finished the whole thing, so we're caught up. I have a better. My database has increased. Hopefully your guys did too. I mean, of course, I didn't stream the 2018. 19, 2021, 2020, but still, like, yeah. Bro, that's so good though, bro. That's great job, mate. That's insane. All right, guys. Well, we're gonna end it here, and then we'll be back tomorrow. We'll play Master Duel and start the grind, and then I'll show you guys the new deck list, which is pretty cool. I'm very excited. That's gonna be. You guys have a good night, good evening, and thank you for joining me. See you guys. Let's go this. Go here.